You are live. Coming out. What live? What? All right, bear with me, folks. Hi, everybody. What's today's date? I'd like to say it's Christmas week, but never mind. Today's date is Saturday, January the 10th, in the year of our Lord 2026. I am Zebroon, and I hope everybody's doing pretty good. What day is it? What time is it? My God. 7 p.m. on a Saturday. Oh my God. I don't know what day it is. Hello, Andy. I don't know what day it is. Okay, let's get some guests on. Okay, first up. Oh, look who it is, everybody. It's the wingman of the channel. He's not been on for, it seems like forever. It's PCat.
Hello. Somehow
PCat
has returned. How's everything been going?
Yeah, not bad. How are you, my friend?
Not bad. You know, New York is New York, so it's always an interesting adventure every day.
Lots going on in your neck of the woods.
Oh yeah, yep. New mayor. It's not the best, but that's life.
And on that bombshell, it's great to have you on, PCat. Shall we get the next person on?
Do it.
Okay. It is the channel's very own astromech droid. It is Professor Artoo.
Well, hello.
Right.
And I guess Merry Christmas again or something. I guess I don't know. Happy New Year.
happy, merry.
Happy Harry. Yeah, happy Harry. What was that?
How are you doing, my friend?
Yeah, I'm doing well. Glad to be here.
Okay, and on that bombshell, it is clickety click, but I don't know if it's my end. Shall we get the next person on? Yes. Okay. It is old Mega Muncher himself. It is the wise elder of the channel. You know the rest. It is the Mega Geek himself, Ian David Diaz. Hello. How
nice
are you?
to be here. Hello, PCat. Hello, Professor.
Sir.
Ooh.
Congratulations on your success.
Yeah. Sorry, Ian. What did you say?
How you doing, mate? You all right?
I'm doing all right. Yeah. I don't usually come out to play on Saturdays, but
come out. What?
Yeah. Since it's you,
oh,
come out the closet.
Can you believe it's Saturday?
Yeah,
can you believe it?
Saturday, usually I sleep Saturdays, but
yeah, this is because we couldn't fit it in over Christmas and scheduling conflicts. So
I see.
It would have been a shame to waste it. Ian, it's great to have you on, mate.
It's good to be on. Let's get the next person out.
Yes, we'll get the star of the show, everybody. It is the jester from Leicester, the Star Wars novelist, don't you know? Mouthful of pork scratchings. It is Swap Shop Star Wars Retold.
Hello, everybody. Yes, happy Life Day, everybody. Yes, the day in our galaxy far, far away when everyone receives exactly what they want from their parents and friends. Yes, I receive fuck all from everybody because they all hate me. But as Emperor, I stole everything. So I got lots of toys for Life Day. Most of them are from this thing called Star Trek in a galaxy far, far away.
Oh, dear.
Star
Good
Trek.
Christmas then, yes?
It was an amazing Life Day, Brown. Yes, I still haven't opened a lot of my presents, but I felt them long before I received them. The old jokes are the best, aren't they?
Disappeared.
They are. Yes. Professor.
Someone's disappeared.
Here you go, Professor.
He's back.
Hello, mate. You there?
I'm here.
Good stuff.
Good. Okay.
Right.
Swappers, great to have you on, mate.
Yes, thank you, Brown. Let's get into it, shall we?
Okay, we'll see how we get on with these folks. Chat, we can see you. Good evening.
Ooh. As a kid, I'd be in heaven if all that was in my bedroom.
Any favourite toys springing to mind on there?
$6 million man.
Oh yeah.
Ian, which one do you think your brother's buttocks would aim for first?
$6 million man.
You better take on that. Yeah.
Sit on that, definitely.
Kelly starring what? Jacqueline Smith.
Oh, Jacqueline Smith, yeah.
What?
Wow. It does
Never
look
saw
like
that
her a
one
bit, though.
A bit.
It does.
Transformers in there. Anyway, okay. Let's please like, share, subscribe. You know the rule, folks. If a YouTuber's provided you with entertainment, least you could do is thumbs up, leave a comment, all that stuff. Compiled by Swappers. Is that you, Swappers, at Star Wars Retold?
That would be me. Yes, indeed.
Okay, let's get on with this then. So we're going to go through the alphabet. Nothing scientific. Some may be slightly out of order, but obviously they'll be in the category of A. So let's do this. So first, A.
Hey.
What's it?
A. Here we go then.
Oh.
Oh,
Wow. Wow.
The A team.
Is that from a catalogue? Remember those
It-
catalogues?
Yeah, a lot of these are from catalogs. Yeah.
yeah.
Brilliant. Oh my gosh. I would have been heaven if I had all those toys. They're so
Hey.
amazing, aren't they?
Yeah.
God,
I've
the
never even-
A-team.
I've never even seen. Was it the F16? Is it the F16 A team?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I don't know where that
that's
comes from.
That's a 15, yeah.
Oh,
I know
F15.
Face's
What?
car. Face's car is pretty cool.
Corvette.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I mean, did they have one of Hannibal? They did, didn't they? Hannibal.
Yeah, they have one of all of them. The mini figures are at the bottom here. They're the 3.75 inch ones that are the same size as G.I. Joe and Star Wars. And then we've had the larger scale ones as well, which are on the top right. You can see there.
But did they have one of Amy?
I don't think they did. It's a girl toy. And boys ain't going to be interested in that. Unless you're going to buy a Faceman figure and stick a Barbie wig on it or something, then you're out of
I
luck.
did like Amy. I thought she was really good, and then they suddenly got rid of her.
Ian likes
didn't
girls'
like
toys, everyone. Ian likes girls' toys.
Pepard didn't like.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
I know the story.
Here you go,
yeah.
Kevin Blackburn, wrench was spot. I pity the F16.
Hey, what's that boat? Did we ever have a boat like that in the series?
No, it's great though, isn't it? I tell you what,
Yeah,
BA is the only one that can't fit in the plane. Ironically,
Yeah.
Deep plane. Or it was difficult to get him in.
you're very
Yeah.
difficult. Yeah.
You have to dip him in milk first, and then you can.
It's like
Crazy.
interacting the A-Team figures with the Star Wars figures and the G.I. Joe figures. So I have Mr. B.A. Baracus crossing over with G.I. Joe. And
Oh, that was the beauty of it, though. We used to do like G.I. Joe versus Star Wars when we were here, me and my friends, because we were just thinking up of something original. And we'd, instead of playing one or the other, we'd just have a massive war between all of them, even though it was completely nonsensical. So, I mean, why not do it? We've all seen Toy Story. That's what the kids used to do anyway.
yep.
Do you know what's funny about kids, right? Is look, I
Easy.
my nieces, right? Seriously, my nieces, okay. When we were on the bus, say I took them to see a movie, right, and we're coming back on the bus, they'd be singing, right, and they'd be singing something from a show that they've seen on TV. But the funny thing is, they'll be singing in American accents because that's the song that was sang by American. It's really funny. And I remember I saw my brother. He had the A-Team van, and he was playing with it. And guess what he did?
Sit on it.
No,
He sat on it and
Ian, shut up, will ya? He did this thing
Sorry.
with the van, right? He did this thing with the van where he
Sat on it.
flipped and it went in slow motion in his hand because, like in the show, right? Because kids always copy that stuff.
Oh,
What
okay.
they see, it's crazy, right? That's how
did
they
as
used to
well,
play the toys, didn't they? Just like the show. And when you're playing with the Star Wars toys, you're like,
Oh, yeah.
the lightsaber, aren't you? So yeah, that's the beauty of the toys, isn't it?
Yeah.
Imagination and stuff. Yeah, it's cool.
we never had it so good. The quality of the build of those toys looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was out. My parents. I can't speak for anyone else. My parents, Jesus, we're only on the first slide. My parents used to say, whenever they saw my toys, like my Star Wars toys or whatever, they just like look at them and sort of go, "What a piece of plastic rubbish."
Yeah, they don't get it, do they?
It's all plastic rubbish. And they were all die cast in my day. All dinky toys are all die cast. All the army toys and everything, that was all die cast. It was all metal. They were built to last back then. It's like, hang on a minute, right? These things were, but you try and tell them, they wouldn't listen at all. These days, toys are made of borderline paper, right?
Yeah.
And now we're the ones going, what a load of
I'm
crap.
made in China.
Yeah, they're trash. A lot of them are just garbage.
Yeah.
Cheap,
Do you
mass-produced.
remember Tonka toys where they say you can't wreck it?
Yep.
You used to have it, that advert where it was on top of a cliff and then they threw the Tonka toy down and it was
Even
still all right.
Your brother would have difficulties.
Yeah, if he sat on it, he would have done his
Not
bunning.
a chance. He'd done his backside in.
Yeah, but you know,
Exactly.
you can fling it off a cliff, but can it survive Ian's brother's arse? That's the question.
Absolutely.
That's the burning question. Okay, so that's the A-Team. Happy memories. Great TV series. Nobody ever died. We loved it.
Yeah.
But I think that's probably what killed the TV series, wasn't it?
Ironically.
Yeah, ironically. No death killed the A-Team. But anyway.
Yeah. Oh, I don't remember this.
Big chap.
This is amazing.
Alien. I don't
remember
remember
this toy at all.
A lot of
had
people in
these.
the UK don't remember it, but it was only, I think it was mostly on sale in the States. And the only time whenever we saw it in the UK was when it was either imported or someone had it on, someone's dad had brought it on a business trip or something and brought it back. This was so incredibly rare, and it's still incredibly rare now. It's ridiculously expensive if you ever see it on the aftermarket or at toy shows. It's for thousands now. Yeah,
Off the top of your head?
it's well in the thousands for a good one.
Wow.
Yeah. This big chap toy is actually really impressive when you look at it up close. It's so hilarious. It's a horror film that they made this really detailed kids toy out of.
The
Kids
one
had
at the
a
top.
R-rated movie that they couldn't see.
Yeah, the one at the top looks better than the Disney
Yeah.
one just now.
Yeah.
Look at the kid's face, though.
I know. That's why I put it on there. I love that thing. It's from the side of the box. I just love it. Brilliant. He's probably doing the sound the alien makes with his voice. You can see it.
It's really... Go on, PCat. Sorry.
PCat, go on. What do you think?
Oh no! I mean, they look amazing. I never saw this. I never knew about them, which is, I guess, makes sense because again, were they really were they really marketing well to kids who couldn't see the movie? A 5-year-old is not going to go be taken to see Alien by their parents. At least most of them aren't.
This is what I didn't understand about these stupid bloody producers in Hollywood, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows that if you put a film out and it's an 18, something like Alien, kids are going to see it
They'll
anyway.
lap it up.
They're going to see it. They're going to try and sneak into the cinema or get a VHS, or they will definitely see it. So they're so stupid. They want to protect kids. Kids can take stuff like this. They should have made this toy everywhere. They should have put it everywhere. They would have sold like hotcakes if
it would have.
they did that.
I mean, I was 4 or 5 years old, something like that, when this film came out. And I was just desperate to find out what all the fuss was about because the alien wasn't shown anywhere. You couldn't see it. You had to watch the film to see it. And it was only then shown right at the very end. So I was so curious. My dad had gone to the cinema to see it with his best mate from across the street. And they came back and they said, like, yeah, we screamed our asses off. We were so bloody scared. And I was like, oh, wow, this must have been amazing. But of course, it's an 18 limited movie. So a kid of 5 is never going to see it. But when I got to about 8, 9 years old, I think I had a copy of Starlog or something I took to school with me. And one of my classmates saw a picture of the alien in there and went, oh my God, my friend's got one of those as a toy. And I was like, what? What the hell? They made toys? What? What? And like, as a kid back then, before we'd even seen the movie, you didn't even know really. You had a vague sort of inclination of what it looked like because you'd seen little pictures here and there, but you didn't know what the full shape of it looked like. And I was like, oh my God, I wish I could find out what this thing looked like. He goes, yeah, the head's massive. It comes right down his back and all this sort of stuff. I was like, wow, oh my God, this is like the Holy Grail toy, that I've never seen before. I was like well into Star Wars and everything at the time. So I desperately wanted one. Never, ever got released. So I never got my hands on one. So when I finally did see the ad on YouTube, I was just blown away by what this figure does. Basic 5 points of articulation, like a classic Star Wars figure. Arms, shoulders, hips, and head turns from side to side, but it's got an articulated tail which you can bend around and hook onto things, which you can see in the middle.
Nice.
Mhm.
And also, there's a trigger on the underside back of its head that if you pull it, the jaws fly out and do the snapping motion.
Yep, you can see it in that commercial that I shared. You can see the movements of the figure itself. It's
commercial there, folks.
It's hilarious. Yeah, there's little like 11-year-old kids playing.
Like they would know. Like the kids would know, you know.
They're shutting the shutters to their windows, going, "Shut the airlock.
Yeah,
keep the alien out."
Of course, they would know because they literally have seen
would have
it.
seen it.
What? Yeah, they would have seen on video. You know what? You know when I saw
TV.
Alien, I was 14, I think, and my friend sneaked me into the cinema, and I saw it because it was an X, or was it X, or 18 in those days?
It was X. It was an X.
Yeah, and they sneaked me into the cinema, and I saw Alien.
Did they?
And it didn't scare me at all. What?
Did they sneak you in under a long grey trench coat like Obi-Wan did?
Yeah.
Because that's been proven to work, so no one's ever going to see you.
Yeah.
I probably think that Swappers and I watched Alien on ITV the same night, first time.
Oh, right. I bet we did. I bet we saw so many films at the same time.
On the same night, yeah.
On ITV. And I was 11 when this came on TV, and it scared the living shit out of me. Literally scared. And I was sleeping in the garden in my tent with a couple of mates on that same night, and that was a bad mistake watching that film because I didn't sleep a wink that night.
That's Alien. Everybody,
I didn't know this toy existed.
Yeah, didn't even know it existed.
Yeah, look it up, Ian. There's it's all over the internet. There's loads of them.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and you can't really see from the picture there. If you watch the video though, you'll see it's like a foot tall. It's not tiny.
Wow.
It's not a regular like 6-inch action figure. It's huge.
What's this? Action Force.
X-Man Action Force.
Yes, this one might be a bit of a mystery to a lot of US kids, but this is basically
this one.
The United Kingdom version of G.I. Joe. So the top right hand figures here were 3.75 inch, same as Star Wars, and they were miniaturized versions of Action Man, which was the UK version of G.I. Joe, the original 12-inch G.I. Joe figure with the eagle eyes and flocked hair, etc. But to save on plastic costs, they reduced the size of the figures, and instead of putting them in separate outfits, they basically molded them as separate guises, so for different operations for areas in the world or different areas of the military. And then they basically directly below those figures we've got, which was Action Force headquarters, which was a cardboard base. Now these are all made by Palitoy, which is the UK manufacturing division of
Is that Leicester in Leicester?
Yeah,
your neck
Colville.
Yeah,
Colville,
amazing.
So Kenner Toys basically had a partnership with Palitoy in the UK, and the cardboard Death Star, which we'll probably see later on, that was made for Star Wars, the principles of that were used in this Action Force headquarters base at the bottom right picture here, which was used to house all the individual vehicles. Now, there were no good or bad factions at this time. It was just Action Force. They were just, you could make up your own stories, make up your own factions and stuff. Who was the bad guy, whatever, it didn't matter. But these were awesome toys. I had a few of these. Friends got me into this because they were far more into military stuff and I was into Star Wars. So, they were collecting this stuff, and I'd go around their house and we'd play with their toys. And basically, they're like, Action Force, what's this? And we'd been messing around with their toys for a while. I was like, man, these are great. I want some of these. And by the time I actually came around to actually getting one, the next year, their marketing team had developed a new strategy for the toys, and they developed these different factions for the good guys here on the top left image.
Democrats and Republicans. Moving on.
Not quite. No, but they had, because it was still sort of UK centric. So we've got SAS here, which were the black accented figures and toys, and then you got Z Force, which are much more of a heavy military, which were the green ones. And then we've got Space Force, which are obviously the spaceships on the bottom left, and then the Q Force, which were the aquatic operations, which is the bottom left. And top left, we have the red guys, who were the Red Shadows, or the enemy, as they were called, who were, their main troops were based off the World War II stormtrooper figures. So they were kind of had this fascistic sort of style to them. And they had a lot of the 3.75-inch O-ring style G.I. Joe figures that were repainted and brought into this as different characters, because they were articulated more than 5 points of articulation. They could fit into the vehicles in different ways. So we've got here the Hiss tank in the US, but it was relabeled as the Hyena, the red one here, in the UK. And in the back there is Destro, but renamed as Red Jackal. And all the bad guys had red before their name. So we got We've got Red Vulture, Red Jackal, Red Wolf, etc., etc. And then we've got in the white suit, in the bottom left image here, in the white suit, we've got Baron Ironblood, who was the main bad guy. And in the black suit, we've got the Black Major, who was his second in command. We've got the green guy, who is the Kraken, which was like a lizard, reptile, amphibian type guy, which is awesome. He was a mail-away figure.
Did he star in V?
I'll tell you what, if you see that character's face up close, they ripped it straight out of V. I'm telling you now, they ripped it straight out of it. And then we've got the Shadow Track, bottom left vehicle there, the 8-wheeler, Laser Exterminator with red laser in it, who was a repainted Cobra Commander. And that was a G.I. Joe vehicle originally, the Laser Exterminator. And the best thing of all these whatsoever was the Robo Skull, which you can see here, which is kind of a TIE fighter with a giant red skull in the middle of it.
That's fantastic.
And I had one of those. And it was one of the greatest toys I've ever owned in my life. And I so regret selling it. It was so great. But I do have, 2 years ago, there was a Kickstarter for an individual company that brought out a brand new one called... the Robo Skull Mark II, and this thing's huge. It's built to take 6-inch action figures, and I couldn't resist. I had to go in on this
6 inches. Fuck.
Oh yeah. Well, you can put both size figures in it, so it kind of doubles up. But I've got it on my shelf, pride of place up there, and it looks amazing. It looks so much better than the original one, and the original was great. So so they've kind of re-released certain numbers of these figures again for the original collectors who are now adults, 6-inch style figures, and also the 3.75-inch. For the proper collector, the hardcore collector. But they're so hard to get hold of. You have to mail away for these things, and you cannot buy them in shops anywhere. But these original Action Force toys were amazing. They were all over the UK. The UK went mad with these things back then. And then I think about a year or two after this is when they kind of cancelled this entire line, which was a tragedy, and brought in...
Did we say, sorry, Toppers, did we say when are these from? What years?
This was 1983. This was 1983.
Right, okay.
Between 1981, I think, 1982 to 1983, these all existed on screen right here.
Yeah.
And then 1984, they brought in the G.I. Joe figures, but they repackaged the whole thing as Action Force. But they were still basically, they all looked like the original G.I. Joe figures, but we in the UK knew them as Action Force. And that's how it went forwards as Action Force. So kids were like really confused when they saw American comics getting imported over here with adverts for G.I. Joe in them and going, I've got that figure. Why does it say G.I. Joe on it? So it took us like a good few years to figure out what was going on and why there was so much confusion. But yeah, that's generally, in a nutshell, the history behind all this. But if you lived in the UK, you would have loved this. You would have absolutely loved it.
What came first, G.I. Joe or Action Man?
They both, I think G.I. Joe was the original.
G.I. Joe
rebranded.
first.
Yeah, it got rebranded as Action Man in the UK and in some areas of Europe, I think. And then Action Force obviously reduced in size and went down its own direction with Action Force, and it had Action Man on the logo still for a while. But G.I. Joe was always just G.I. Joe, but they just changed the look of the logo in the States, and it got reduced, and it got changed to the red, white, and blue stripes logo, which is still awesome.
Hold on. So the Action Man figure, not these ones, but the real Action Man figure in America that was sold as G.I. Joe, even the blonde one and the dark-haired one.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was the branding on the original figures. Yeah, there was Barbie and Ken,
and then there was
G.I. Joe, which was the military guy.
The scar in the face and the gripping hands. And
it was all the same. It was all the same. Yeah.
The Kung Fu grip.
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah, and it had ball joints on the elbow and the wrists, and the knees in there, and the feet as well.
Yeah,
it was pretty cool. Actually.
My best mate had all the Action Man stuff growing up.
We'll get to Action Man. We'll get to that.
He had all the best toys.
Yeah, but this is kind of what sprung off the Action Man line. And this is when I did have a couple of Action Men / G.I. Joes, but this is when I really got into it, when I got to this size, because I was already into Star Wars. So, I was used to this kind of toy scale, and I loved all these.
Anybody else?
Action Man.
Did they make this an animated series like they did G.I. Joe in America?
Sadly not. I'll tell you what, that's what I always wanted, was an animated show of these guys. That would have been mind-blowing. The adverts you can look up on YouTube, and some of the later ones in 1984, when they were reaching the end of the run, unbeknownst to us kids, did have animated segments at the start of the ads, and I thought, oh my god, these look amazing, you know, and that kind of sprung on our imagination, and we thought maybe we'll get a cartoon, and unfortunately the line as we knew it got cancelled because of, you know, whatever political reasons behind the scenes. But unfortunately we didn't get a show, and it would have been amazing if we did.
That would have done very well on BBC or ITV.
It would have had the cartoon. Instead of getting a cartoon, we did get a comic book. And the comic book was called Battle Action Force. The original comic was called Battle.
We used to go on, sorry.
Because Action Force was so popular in the UK, they brought in Action Force to the Battle comic, and it got, the subtitle was Battle Action Force, and it carried on like that for 3 or 4 years, and that was one of the top selling publications in the UK as far as comics go. And the stories, I'm telling you now, they were so mature. People getting killed left, right, and center. You know, they didn't use laser guns or anything like that. It was all proper military hardware they used. We, as kids, as 11-year-olds, we could not get enough of it because we loved our war movies and stuff. You know, we were out there playing war in the back garden or wherever, and you know, shooting each other.
You know the reason why I don't use Matt, because in those days they didn't consider comics they didn't consider comics a threat to kids. It was just drawings, right?
We used to get Commando and Victor comics.
Yeah, it was the same kind of vein. Battle was one of the same kind of group of those comics. Yeah, there was so much choice back then in the 80s.
You said you're from Leicester, so you used to play war in the backyard.
Everywhere we could.
Whereas now they play in the streets now in Leicester.
Now it's just in town centres, yeah. For real. They don't play it. Yeah.
Bit of politics. Here you go. Arch Colin. Hello, Archer. Hello, Colin. Wrenched. But weren't G.I. Joes much smaller than Action Man?
Depends which size you're talking about, because the original G.I. Joe was 12-inch figure.
Yep.
And then because again, for the same reason, for plastic costs and reasons of the time, for oil shortages and things like that, they de-sized the characters down to 3.75 inch instead of 12 inch. And they became the regular G.I. Joe figures that we now know and love today. Yeah. And Palitoy made Action Force in the UK as exactly the same size, but they kind of existed alongside each other, basically. But they were both scaled down representations of the original G.I. Joe.
Yeah, it also meant when they made the smaller figures, it was easier for them to produce more vehicles that they could offer, because with the large ones, there were very few that they could, because they were enormous.
So big, right? Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay. Are we done? Action Force, yes? That's really good, isn't it?
Move on.
Okay. Action Man.
I wasn't fond of the small ones, but the big ones. I remember my brother had an Action Man with a grippy hand. I remember I was playing with it, and I got this rope and I tied it to one end and the other end of my room, and I was just amazed that it could hold on to the rope without falling because of the gripping hand thing. So it was pretty cool, actually, the Action Man. He used to have eyes that you move to the back as well. You could the eyes, the eagle eyes. Yeah,
Ian, your mic's getting muffled.
Sound underwater.
How about now?
Perfect.
There we go.
So what you've got here on the bottom left of this image is the original 12-inch G.I. Joe figures, or samples of them, and that's what the packaging looked like. And then above them, we've got a mixture of, it could be either Action Man or G.I. Joe, really. Probably Action Man, because a lot of them are more international.
The space one, looks like
that came
2001.
later,
yeah, this was like 1980, 1981. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and it started getting because they were looking for like new ways of selling this toy, and they thought, well, Star Wars is big, obviously. Let's go down the sci-fi route. So Space 1999, etc., etc. So that's when they got into Action Man Space Ranger, which was and he had his own space little shuttle thing here, and this little kind of hovercraft thing, and then they started getting really elaborate with it, with this space creature, this kind of walking kind of buggy space creature thing. I was in a toy shop watching this thing get demonstrated at the time, and it was walking across the countertop, and I was like just standing there. My dad was like holding me up, and I was watching it going, oh my god, it's coming right for me. I couldn't believe this thing was walking on its own, you know. And it had a little remote that came with it, and if you hold the remote up to it and press the button, it stops. And it stops walking, it stops its advance, and you press the button again and it starts walking again. I was like, oh my god, he just did it by pressing that remote button. This is incredible. And so that you can see the legs on the side, 6 legs thing, and they kind of walked on its own, and the eyes glowed and stuff. And it was like, oh my, this is amazing. And that was like 1981. They were making toys of that quality back then.
My
toys. They don't make toys like this.
my Bezzy mate had the helicopter on the top.
Helicopter's
left.
amazing.
Absolutely amazing. Huge. It was massive.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Well, he had to fit in there, didn't he? The Action Man had to fit.
Yeah, the 12-inch Action Man fitted in. Yeah. It's ginormous.
Fitting in a 12-inch? What?
The thing is, though, do they? The only people that collect toys like this is adults, really. I mean, the kids of today, they don't really play with toys, or am I mistaken? I don't know.
Not really. No.
Problem. They'd rather have an iPad or phone.
Yes.
And they're missing out on all this, this imagination.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. It's their thing, isn't it? We had this. They have the iPad, don't they? So
we had analog. They've got digital. I know.
Yeah. I would definitely say analog's better.
It is. You can touch it at least. Anyway, should we do the next one? That's Action Man, everybody. More Action Man.
Yeah, we've seen this. It was on the other page.
Yeah.
Star Wars.
God, I remember these.
I do too.
Letter set action. What they like? The transfer things, aren't they? Yeah, you had a printed background. God, I remember these.
I don't know. I should know that there's no point shooting at Darth Vader. What is the point?
Let's find out.
Yeah. I don't know to escape from the Death Star.
I don't know if these were on sale in the UK or in the USA or not, but we definitely got them in the UK. That's for sure.
The thing is, that everything was linked to Star Wars. I remember when Star Wars came out. They had Star Wars cups, they had Star Wars socks, they had Star Wars everything. It was everywhere. Star Wars. It was crazy.
Okay, so that's one. That's one set.
There were quite a few actually.
Yeah, we had some things similar to this, but I don't know if it was exactly the same thing.
Rebel Air Attack.
I love this one. This is the only one I had. I absolutely loved it.
What ship is that though?
That's the X-wing.
Yeah, but it looks very different, and also it's huge.
It looks dark.
Smaller.
It depends on where you put. It depends on where you put the transfers, doesn't it? Because they're out of scale.
Oh yeah. They look tiny compared to it.
If you put one of the pilots on the horizon, it'd be like, oh my god, what the hell? It's a giant coming over the landscape towards us.
500 foot Princess Leia coming over the horizon.
Back of the 50-foot.
Do we know how much these were? Because I remember these.
They're probably like £1.50 or something.
They were in a cellophane packet, weren't they?
Yeah.
They were cheap. Yeah, they're very cheap. I used to remember seeing them in Forbidden Planet. When I used to go to Forbidden Planet every Saturday, I remember seeing all this stuff actually. In Forbidden, even Action Man they were selling Action Man in Forbidden Planet as well. I remember. Yeah.
Letter Set used to do all the transfers of letters for typography for graphic design during the 80s and early 90s.
Yeah.
This was a masterstroke doing this, though, wasn't it?
I see they were being very, very diverse. They had a black hand and a pencil. There you go.
Sword and Storm. Yeah, I remember these. Look, Sword and Storm Ranch. You could get these in the. I remember these in the post office.
Yeah. You can see there's the three at the side there, which is Mos Eisley, and then you've got the Death Star, and then you've got the Yavin 4. So they were the ones you could choose from.
Okay. These are these action transfers. Yeah, action transfers.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're easy to please in those days, weren't we?
So simple. So simple.
Yeah. Pencil, transfer, background. Job's a good one.
Yeah. And you'd be sitting there for like 2-3 hours, doing this happily. Right, what's next?
Let's move on then.
Airfix. I used to love Airfix.
Is this Army or Airfix?
It's generally
Airfix and then Matchbox. You got
it's generally Army toys, and they were made by both Airfix and Matchbox. Yeah, and I know Matchbox is a company that was in both the UK and the US. So I don't know if you US guys had these, but they were all over the UK. They're mostly model shops, not toy shops, though.
Little little green men, the little green army figures. Yeah, they sold them by the big sacks.
By the army load.
yeah.
By the battalion.
Yeah, everybody had these. They were
Airfix were pretty cool. I remember my dad had a friend that used to work in Airfix, and he used to give him a shitload of models every Saturday. But I always ended up with the fucking boats, though. My brother ended up with.
Okay, did your brother used to sit on them and sink them?
You know what? The only thing he sat on was the Enterprise, and that was through my dad's friend when we got the Enterprise.
And to tell you what, that really was a weapon of ass destruction, wasn't it?
And you know what, Ian? And you know what, Ian? That was the one that hurt, wasn't
it? Well, it hurt him and it hurt me as well. Yeah. I used to love Airfix. I used to love building because when I was younger, I used to just stick it together and then try and paint it and stick the things on them. But as I got older, like 14, 15, I realized you had to cut them out properly, and then you had to paint it before you stuck it together, and all that stuff. So
here you go, Gavin Blackbird, Wrench for a spot. Now this I didn't know. I still build kits now.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Damn.
We should really show off, next time we do a toy stream, we should really show off photos of everyone's collections, no matter what it is. Just whoever's in the chat as well, just send them in. We'll show all ours off, and we'll just do a big stream showing everyone's
your favorite builds.
Oh yeah. It could be it doesn't have to be toys either, just collectibles.
Yeah, okay. I was never into the army stuff. I was more into the aircraft kits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Jets.
It was these ones were great though, because you could play with these as well as build and paint them. Yeah. So for me and my mates, it was because you have to be so careful with building kits because you couldn't really play with them because they break so easily. But these ones were a lot tougher and they'd take a lot more punishment.
I used to have this friend named John, and I actually built a Moonraker, from the Moonraker film.
I did as well.
And I built it, right? And I took my time and I painted it and I put the transfers on and everything. And it was beautiful. My friend John came round. He didn't sit on it. Next thing I know, it was gone. He stole it. He stole it. He stole my Moonraker. Right.
Much like the film.
To this day, he doesn't admit that he stole it. I'm like, where did it go then?
Okay, it wasn't. I can hear myself. It wasn't called Drax. His nickname wasn't Drax, was it?
I shot him and he ejected him out of
the airlock.
Yeah. Oh man, I can't believe it. That's when we didn't become friends.
Echo.
Ian, you're not alone, mate. I'm not saying that he stole some of my stuff as well, but I had what I called so-called friends that ended up walking off with a lot of my stuff over the years as well. I did get them back, most of them, but still, you just as a kid, you just couldn't trust a lot of people.
No. Okay. Couldn't believe it. I knew it was him. Nobody else would steal it. Do you know what I mean? And he was at my home. I knew it was him, and he just wouldn't admit it. I knew he was lying. I should have smacked him one. I should have.
Okay, that's Army Ethics.
See, we didn't get these over here.
We did.
These I remember.
I don't remember any of these.
Yeah, we did. We got them in the UK. There weren't a mass amount of them, but we did get them.
I don't remember it. I don't remember them at all.
I remember walking into what was BT's toy shop in a town near here, just for a look. I'd go in there as an adult every weekend anyway, just to look around. And I remember seeing what was on the screen now, the Scorpion alien, the Alien Queen, and a couple of, I think it was Ripley and Sergeant, what it says here, Sergeant Arnie, which is bollocks. That's Apone right there.
Apone, yeah.
And I looked at them thinking like, oh, these look crap. 5 points of articulation, and this is going backwards. We want like multiple articulation, like G.I. Joe O-ring figures. So I never bought any. But a friend of mine's son worked at Kenner in the UK, I think it was, and he brought to work, as it was, the what was here, the Gorilla Alien. And it wasn't in the packet. He just like his dad brought it to work and sort of showed it to me, and I was like, "Oh wow, what's this?" And it had like a couple of spines on its back that you could squeeze together, and its arms would wave in and out and grab other figures and pick them up. And its head was soft and you could squish it. And if you put it in a bowl of water and you squish the head and then release the head, it would suck water into the head, and then you could squish the head again and it would squirt water over whatever other action figures you had. So it had some really great. These had some really great action features on them, even though they didn't look particularly awesome. They really had some really great action features. And the Queen alien here on the top right doesn't really look that much like the Queen until you see it. But it's got like a little kind of squishy bit on the back of the head underneath the crest. And if you squeeze it, the air pushes out the inner jaws and they flick out of the mouth. And then you let go and the air sucks them back in again. It's really cool.
But do you think, right, that they've just taken the molds of other toys and just made them into because that looks nothing like Sergeant Arnie? Do you know what I mean? It's like, why has he got on his legs? I mean, what the fuck?
I know.
Drake?
I know. I think because this was like the extreme 90s, right? So everything had to be like, everything had to look cool and they had to look like sort of diverse with their outfits and stuff. And they had the exo suits and all these awesome weapons and look nothing like they did in the movies. Because if they did look like they did in Aliens, a lot of kids would probably look at them and go, no, it's just drab army men. But if they did this, they look far more dynamic and colourful.
Sergeant Arnie looks like a black Hulk Hogan. Did Aliens.
Could be, yeah.
So I'm saying,
I bet they remixed a bunch of different bits and pieces, from X-Men, probably from X-Men figures and WWF figures, stuff like that. I'm sure they did a bunch of that.
Oh, by the way, go on. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go.
Just saying. By the way, do you know T.K. Carter, the black guy that was?
He died. Yeah.
He died, didn't he? Blimey.
Yeah.
He did. Yeah.
Wow.
So did Storm Edge. Chances are the bodies are reused Marvel figures.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that's what some of them really look like. Yeah.
The Star Trek figures from the 70s were Mego, and they were just basically, they used the molds from other collections. I don't know if it was Planet of the Apes or whatever. And some of the alien races look nothing like the TV show because they just literally ripped them off from other collections and just slapped something on the box.
It's true.
That's crazy.
True. The interesting thing here is the bottom right hand figure here, which is called the ATAX Marine, which is a figure, generic marine figure inside what looks like an alien, and the alien's like an exosuit, so it's like armor made to look like an alien. And I think Neil Blomkamp used this idea for his proposed Alien 5 sequel, nice. which showed images of Ripley inside what looked like alien suit or alien skin armor. And this was kind of one of the premises of the movie, was you can sort of infiltrate an alien's hive inside one of these things and attack them and defend yourself against them because you're kind of invulnerable. But I think that's where he got the idea from.
But why didn't they do the exoskeleton suit as a toy?
They did later on. These were just the first wave of figures.
Oh, right. Okay.
I think they brought out an APC. They brought out the dropship and the exosuit and the what do you call it? The power loader. But they did sell moderately well, but they didn't do that well. It was, the 90s was a bit of a weird time for toys. A lot of the time it was very superhero orientated. So the hero figures were what most kids were gravitating towards.
I look at this line of toys, right? And nowadays, these would have been bought. Kids would have bought these.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas now you'd see these going into landfill.
Yeah, but not today though. But I mean, during the 90s, am I wrong in saying that computers were just being introduced, and stuff like that? So kids were kind of coming off it, I guess. I'm not sure.
Coming off it? What? Here you go, Son and Storm Wrenched. NECA has redone these figures.
Yeah, if you look up NECA Aliens figures online, you'll see vastly more improved versions of these figures, all made for the collector market. They look amazing.
How much do they cost now?
About 20 quid each.
A lot.
30 quid. Probably 40 quid, actually. Come to think of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the redone Ripley figure has less camel toe.
Yeah.
And on that bombshell.
That's the next thing. I used to have this.
Grandstand Astro Wars.
Yeah, fantastic.
Still got mine.
Played it so much that it stopped working.
Yeah.
Really? For a good version of one of these, you're looking at nearly £300 in the UK.
Oh, bloody hell!
For a
Is yours
fully
still
working,
working?
I don't know. It's in the cupboard. I know my nephew's borrowed it for a few years, so I don't know if it's come back in working
Oh, you want to get
condition.
that back?
Do you know what, right? It is a bit of a cheat because the actual screen itself is tiny. If you break that open, you'll see the screen is tiny, and the circle is a big magnifying glass.
Yeah.
That magnifies it. It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah,
But
and it's a real simple backlit LCD too. Like this,
Yeah.
there's not really any motion. There's just some stuff that turns on and stuff that turns off. Yeah,
But it was well done.
yeah.
It was, yeah.
For
And the idea
1981,
that-
yeah, it was very well done.
Was it that long ago? 81.
I think it was.
Yeah, I got this
the idea
Christmas jam.
that it looks like you're playing in the arcade, the shape of it and everything. It was pretty cool.
That's what sold it, really.
Because Galaxians was massive at the time, wasn't it? Which
It
is what it's
was. I
based on.
used to love playing that Galaxian.
Yeah.
to
Did
love
I
it.
have the Transformer as well? I can't remember. Or did we just do have any? Was it any Transformer would have done?
Don't know.
Okay.
Probably anyone, to be honest with you, back then.
They used to have a battery. Used to put batteries in it, as I recall.
Same here. I think I got this for Christmas, but we didn't get any batteries, so it was sat till.
Oh no!
That's what parents do, don't they? They forget,
Batteries.
don't they? They buy you the thing.
Where are the-
but they
where are the
don't buy you
batteries?
batteries, yeah.
Batteries
What?
not included. Not included.
So, folks, as I said, I did look this up. If you've got a pristine working versions of Grandstand Astro Wars boxed, 300 quid. Yeah,
That's not a
300
lot,
quid.
though.
Well,
Crazy.
how much were they? Were they about 20 quid back then?
I reckon there must have been around that point. Yeah.
Less. They were less.
14, 15?
Yeah, 14,
Maybe.
15, I think. Yeah.
Which was a lot of money back then, wasn't it?
In those
It was back then.
yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to love playing it, though. I used to love playing it.
I didn't actually have this one. I had a different variation, but I'm not sure if Brown's included it, but you might come to it later on.
I was just confused by the grandstand because grandstand meant to me BBC One on a
I know.
Saturday.
Yes.
Very confusing. Okay, shall we move on then, everybody? I think
Yeah,
most of us had one of those this side of the pond. Oh,
Oh, I used to have one of these.
Oh, yeah.
Very first game I played on that was Pong.
Atari VCS.
Yep.
Could always wanted one of these, never got one.
Yep. The 2600, as it was known more commonly in the U.S. Yeah, this was probably the first really incredible gift that I got for Christmas from my father. God rest his soul. When very, very young, we did not have a lot of money. In fact, we had just moved in with my grandparents because we couldn't afford to live on our own. And my dad picked one of these up for me for Christmas. And I'm not sure my mother ever forgave him for that because we did not have the money to be buying that for Christmas. But it was amazing. It was great.
So many fun
Yeah,
games on that stuff.
Incredible.
Did you have to plug it into your TV? This?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I recall. I remember
They
my
had it,
dad.
you know-
Sorry, I remember my dad plugging it in the TV. It was Christmas Day, and he plugged it in, and for like 5 hours, we're playing Pong.
Oh yeah. We sat there. We played because it came with a couple of different games. It came with Combat, which was the tank. You know, you had tanks and planes and stuff. We sat there and we played that for hours and hours and hours.
The sound
it
was
was-
monotonous on Combat, though. It was
Oh yeah,
very,
it was. It was terrible.
Yeah.
How many people was in your family then?
It was just back then. It was just my mom and dad and me.
Because
And
in my
my
family
sister
there were
came along
7.
later.
There were 7 of us, right? And they were screams. It's my turn. It's my
Yeah.
turn.
Oh my
No,
God.
get off. It was funny.
Were they shouting, it's my turn, when you bought ET?
E.T.
Again?
Oh no, we never got E.T. for this machine.
Oh, I had ET. I still have it. In fact, I have
Yeah.
my original Atari and all the games that I had for it, all of it just right over here in a box. Yeah,
That's amazing.
I'm not entirely sure if it still functions. Someone said, Sword in the Storm said when they made consoles with wood. No, there was no wood in this.
No.
That's a plastic veneer that they stuck over the top to just look like wood.
It does look good though.
Yes,
But
yes.
it was like when you got this, it was just like out of this world, wasn't it? You're like, oh my god,
don't
you
rub
got
it in.
one, and it
I'm
was
not bitter.
amazing. You just sit
It really
there and
was.
just looking in your
Space
TV,
Invaders.
playing a
Space Invaders,
Space
yeah.
Invaders.
Space Invaders, you're playing Pac-Man at home.
Well, that was
Yeah,
the
it was
game
amazing.
when I was in grammar school. It was so hard to get because it was always sold out. So in the grammar school I went to, they had a raffle, and whatever it was, $1 or $2. So I remember going to my dad because he couldn't get one at the time because they was always sold out. So we bought a bunch of raffles. We didn't win, but then eventually got the Pac-Man game. And I remember the disappointment because it looked nothing like the arcade version.
Yeah.
Nothing like it. But it was still Pac-Man. So still excited to get it.
It still played the same. It just wasn't 100% accurate in the visuals.
Right.
Yeah.
Eggs BT, Range for Spotlight Eggs, River Raid, that's a great game. Demon Attack, Pitfall.
Thing is, though, once you play Pac-Man and you master it, it just gets boring after the time when you know how to move and avoid. You're just like, do you know what I mean? But it's
not the high score then, isn't it?
Yeah, you can't take anything away from this. This was like magic. When my dad opened this on Christmas Day, we were so excited we wet our pants. We could have wet our pants, actually. It was so excited,
Always wanted one of these, never got one.
Yeah, same here. But my friend down the street, Jonathan, had one. And I'd sort of pop round there once a week and envy, sit there, just watch him playing Space Invaders or something,
Envy watching is horrendous, isn't it?
I love the way the sports games evolved eventually. Like the original baseball game, it would just be one giant player on a field of green with 4 white dots, and then then it would have real sports baseball with these stick figures, but they would do wind-up motion, and you would get. They made a version that looked like the Intellivision of baseball game, but it was called something else for Atari. But it looked like Intellivision sports games.
Brown just wanted one of these so he could play Custer's Revenge. Anybody know that game?
No.
Never played that one.
It was the first pornographic
Something coming
video
out.
game published.
What?
Yes.
Coming out, what?
You played Custer, who was a guy in a military hat with an erection.
Oh my
God. You assaulted a Native American woman who was tied to a post. That's the game. Yeah. You can find it on Archive. See how absolutely ridiculous it is. It's terrible.
I just wanted this console just to play Space Invaders. Space Invaders was the one, wasn't it?
So much fun.
Like my brother used to play Space Invaders, and he'd play it for 10 hours, and then you'll go, "Isn't it my turn yet?" And he'll go, "No, it's not your turn." We played it for like 5 to 10 hours straight. Yeah, it's crazy.
I love the variations. And you could have invisible. You can make the Space Invaders invisible. Like the different skill levels that game gave you.
Yeah.
You could make your ships wider, so it was easier for you to be destroyed if you wanted to make it more difficult.
Wow.
Yeah, asteroids as well. Everybody
I
love Asteroids. I played the crap out of Asteroids. I love that one.
I tell you what,
I don't know.
great game at the time. Wasn't it Brown? Asteroids, great game at the
Swapping
time.
you're breaking up, mate. Swapping you're breaking up, mate.
Yeah.
I remember, so my brother plays Dead Red Redemption, whatever it's called, and obviously it's incredible because you can go anywhere on that horse and you can travel to different bits. It's got 1,001 adventures in that game. But to me, right, and I know I'm stupid, right, these games on the Atari were much better because they were really simple. That's it. You know?
Yes,
You didn't have to
simplicity.
figure out
Yeah.
You just knew what to do. That's it, I don't know.
Yeah, the Western game I remember having was Outlaw. And the cover and the box art was the poster from the Outlaw Josie Wales. So it looked like Clint Eastwood the cartoonish poster from the Outlaw Josie Wales. I always wondered if there was any lawsuit over that, because I'm like, I remember watching, I was like, that's Clint Eastwood's face. That's the two pistols, a whitish hat.
The packaging for the Atari games, and specifically the illustrations, always used to be fantastic.
Yeah.
But again, the games are really simple. If it was Pac-Man, you had to avoid something. If it's the Space Invader, you had to blow up stuff and avoid stuff. Do you know what I mean? It was simple times, and they're very, very enjoyable as well.
Yeah.
Don't know, never had one, Ian.
Yeah, sorry. Grandstand, though. You had the asteroid grandstand thing. There you go.
Okay.
What's the next toy then?
That's the Atari VCS, everybody. Just incredible.
B.
Let's do a Swapper Z back here. Have you got your mic sorted?
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, perfect. You're just crackling up a bit there, mate. I think we've got a super chat.
I'm in a different part of the house, so it's not the best signal.
Okay. We've got a super chat. Let's do this. Mega Spider-Man Wrenched €5. Thank you, my friend. Happy Christmas toy stream, everyone. Bit late, better than never. Good work, swappers. Yes, indeed. To all, have you ever seen the Star Wars Holiday Special?
Once. That was enough for me.
Oh, have I?
Not straight through, but I've seen it in chunks.
I've seen the whole thing numerous times. I greatly enjoy it on a very ridiculous level. It is terrible in some of the worst possible ways. Yes, the 20 minutes of nothing but the Wookiees growling back and forth at each other. No English, nothing translated. You get his wife Mala and his son Lumpy.
Mala?
His grandpa Itchy. It's just the worst. It's so bad, but it's especially fun if you are listening to something like a riff tracks along with it. So
I've just realised it's taken us almost 1 hour to do a
26-hour stream.
Well,
incoming.
Speed it up. B.
Should we go straight to Z? We'll go straight to Z. Okay. Cheers, Mega. Cheers, mate. Okay. B.
Bumming.
For Brown. Bumming.
Brown.
Bravo.
Bollocks.
Oh my
I'm
Lord.
assuming, is this BMX?
It is. BMX is in
Or
general.
bike?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or bike.
Where's
if you
the
want.
chopper?
It wasn't.
Where's the chopper?
It's not BMX.
I don't know how many bike slides there are, but I may have not included the chopper. I think I did have a chopper
I think you
slide.
did.
For some reason,
Yeah.
I didn't send it over. But yeah, the BMXs were probably the biggest phenomenon, at least in the UK, as far as bikes go.
Yeah,
bigger
they were
than-
everywhere in the US as well. Yeah, everybody had one of these, and this was, of course, back in the day when we were allowed to get on our bikes and go somewhere, wherever the hell we wanted.
Yeah.
I remember at one point. I do remember one point as a kid. I was probably 9, riding so far from my house that I realized I wasn't sure how to get back. And at that point, I turned around and went back. I probably rode 1.5 miles from my house when I turned around. But yeah, I mean, that was everybody. That was freedom, right?
Yep.
You got on your bike and you went out with your friends and explored. It was
There
great.
you go.
Oh yeah.
Eggs BT Reg for a spot. Yeah, we went out.
The thing is, though, I
Amazing.
didn't never own one, but
And
my
stayed
friend
out.
had one,
Yeah,
and
it stayed
I've
out.
actually
Very good.
rode his BMX. But the thing is, they were very comfortable, weren't they? The seats weren't too high. Your legs could touch the ground. You could ride really fast. You can slow. Do you know what I mean? I remember a couple of years ago, I got my friend's bike, and my legs couldn't touch the ground. I was like, what the heck is this? Do you know what I mean? It's like, why is it so high? Why is it so difficult to balance? I was just like,
And what about
bring back
bike?
BMX. What's that?
No,
was
moving
that?
on. It was a shit. No, don't worry.
Rally
Rally burners are-
isn't it?
If
Okay.
if you have a rally burner in good condition, they are worth a fortune.
Oh, they are definitely. I had the top left one here, the yellow and red one was the one I got for my birthday in 1984, May 1984.
Fucking hell, you were spoilt, weren't you?
Looking back, Probably. Although
Yes.
there's a lot of kids around these days that are way more sport than me. But I needed a new bike anyway because I kind of outgrown everything that came before. So it was that time of a child's life, otherwise it would have been no bike. It would have looked like Noddy riding around a little clown bike or something. So I managed luckily, my dad and mum graciously bought me that one, and I wouldn't shut up about it for months and months and months before anyway. So they knew the only reason they were going to get any peace is just to buy me one, and worry about the cost later. But I did opt for the cheapest one in the range. To be fair, it was £89.99 when the others were like 135 or whatever, 140.
Slumming it.
Yeah, I was, but I loved it all the same. I absolutely loved it. But these were the height of the craze in the UK, the burners. In the States, it was more sort of Mongoose, I think, and Super Goose, and a lot of other mates. Yeah.
Wasn't isn't Raleigh Nottingham?
I think you might be right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Raleigh is still a thing, but not as it used to be.
No way. I mean, Christmas came this year. I remember when I was a kid, we used to look out the window every single Christmas morning. We'd see kids riding up and down the street on a new bike, right? No matter every year there was kids. Yeah. And this year I didn't see one child outside anywhere on any kind of new transportation toy anywhere. I thought, wow, that's a sign of the times, isn't it, right there? When they're probably just inside on their new iPad or something. It's just such a shame.
Yeah,
really is.
yeah. Inside enjoying the new phone they got for Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah. I can account for that. My cousin's son, who is 8, 9 now, I think, has just received his first phone, and I just shook my head in despair. I just thought,
dear.
What are you doing? Yeah.
Oh dear. And on that bombshell, should we move on then? Yes. That's Raleigh. Great memories there, folks. Batman.
These were huge in the late 70s. Huge. Mm-hmm. These were made by Mego and distributed by Palatoy in the UK. So in the States, everyone over there would know these as Mego toys. But these figures were phenomenal. I think they weren't quite 12-inch. They were a bit shorter than that. But they all were based off the same body shell or same body type, basic body structure. But then they sewed individual outfits over the top and sculpted individual heads for each individual character. So they all looked unique.
Yeah. The box says 12.5-inch. So yeah. These
maybe
they were fairly big. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Robin in the Batmobile.
I think my friend who had all the best toys had the.
I don't remember these at all.
I'm sure
surprised, Ian.
I'm sure he had the Batman and the cycle at the bottom. Cycle. I'm sure he had those. I'm
gonna reaffirm the rumor that I was a sport kid. When I was 3 years old, my nan bought me both the Batmobile and the Bat Cycle and Sidecar.
What?
Yeah, absolutely. I had no idea how sport I was. I had no idea.
Batman hasn't got any gloves on his hand on the bike. Look, he's missing his gloves.
Yeah, it's missing his gloves. You couldn't if he had the gloves on, you couldn't really grab anything. Mm-hmm. They were too big and rubbery.
Yeah, you could remove them. I remember removing.
Yeah, so you can take them off. Yeah.
I wonder how much these are worth now for a good
a lot. Hundreds for each figure.
But I wished I'd kept all my toys and never played with them and just put them in storage.
Don't we all?
Yeah. I'd be a millionaire now.
Bought multiple versions and
I have a re-release of the Green Lantern Mego. Yeah,
nice.
None of us realised these were just collector's items.
All of them. We just thought they'd all get broken and thrown away. We'd never see them again.
Fucking hell. Never mind. I think we all fucked up, everybody. Should we do the next one?
Yep, go ahead.
No, I don't know these.
I don't know these.
Now, these were around 1983, 1984 time. Maybe 1985, and they were across the world in all countries basically, but they were very, very simple articulation. Only the arms moved on these, and the premise was they've got like a rub sign on the chest. So Transformers used to have like a little heat rub sign that you used to rub your finger on, and it used to come up Autobot or Decepticon symbol, so you could tell what their allegiance was. And this was a similar principle. Now the rub signs on their chests were one of 4 different elements. It was wood, earth, wind, and fire, I think, were the 4 elements. So you basically, whatever 2 you got, you didn't know if they were going to be against each other or who was going to win until you rubbed the sign off and find out which is which. Yeah, which is kind of cool concept. They're very small figures, but they look really cool. I love the designs.
And obviously, if you've got two on the same side in the packet, you'd have to try and go
And
for
they-
the
yeah, it was all
opposition
about
with another
swapping and-
purchase.
Yeah, it was all about going out to your friends and swapping with friends and stuff. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, Dirky McDirtface had a rub sign. His was a little lower though.
Where am I looking?
Oh,
we go.
Yeah.
Dirky McDurkey face, numbers wrenched. I had a rub sign a little lower.
Oh, you naughty boy.
Okay. Anybody else on these? I don't remember them, but anybody else?
There are a few people in the chat that do remember them.
No, I never had these.
They were available for
Yeah.
a very short time. There's only about a year window on these, I think, and then they kind of vanished.
What year again was this, Swappers?
It must have been. It was late. No, it was early 80s, early to mid 80s for these ones.
Oh, okay. Right, okay. That's Battle of the Beasts, everybody. Battlestar Galactica?
Oh yeah.
Ian. No.
Ooh. What?
Ian, I must remember these.
Yes. I do remember them, but I never got them. I never got the Viper. My friends had the Viper and the what's that there? The Cylon one. I can't remember what it was called.
Raider. Yeah.
Silent Raider.
Yeah. My friends had them, but no, because obviously you're from a family of 7. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, only one person could get it, and it was the favorite that got the good toys.
This
So
late
the-
70s, I'm assuming. Late 70s.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Early 80s.
So
Yeah.
what? So, but the thing is, I don't remember the figures though. I remember the
I
Cylon
don't
ships
either.
and the Viper, but I don't remember the figures at all. I don't think
No.
they were selling over here. I'm not
These
sure,
were made
though.
by Mattel originally, so I think they were mostly in the UK. We got a very limited release in the mostly in the US, but then we got a limited release in the UK. The only one I had from this entire range, and it's the only one I ever knew existed, was the Cylon Raider, which I received as a Christmas toy in about like 78, whenever it was, 79. And it's got, you press little buttons, you pull out the sides, and you press these little buttons, and the missiles shot out from it, and it had 3 little. No, actually, it only had one. Sadly, one little Cylon pilot that fitted under the canopy. This thing was very small, very small toy. It wasn't the toys didn't operate on the same scale as, like, say, in Star Wars, where you could fit the action figures inside the vehicles. The vehicles were a lot smaller, so they didn't have that that crossplay ability, which is a bit of a shame. And I never saw these action figures. They're 3.75 inch, and I didn't know these even existed until like a few years ago. And a friend of mine, I remember Daniel, he had this launcher thing, which isn't on this picture here. It might be on a different picture, Brown, but it had like small rubberized Vipers that you pulled a trigger and they shot off the launch deck and like darts, basically. And I can't remember what the point of it was. If there's an advert online, you can see if you press the triggers, and they've got these kids playing with it, and I think you hit a Cylon target with them or something like that. That's what they're supposed to be doing. We had apparently the Viper was available, the Cylon Raider, and these other variations at the bottom here too, which I never saw. And I think it didn't last very long. It got taken off the shelves because Battlestar Galactica just wasn't popular Star Wars. So.
Yeah.
At the gold Cylon, I had that green creature with the 4 hands, which I love because I had with the 4 different hands.
Mm-hmm.
And I had the dog. What was that called? The Daggett?
Muffet. Yeah.
Muffet,
Moffat
yeah,
the
Muffet,
Daggett.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I said,
Imperious Leader was one freakish looking creature, though. Look at it. It's got
Yeah.
afro for some reason.
I just remember the monogram model kits.
Wow, I don't even remember those.
It was the Cylon Raider, the Battlestar Galactica, and the Colonial Viper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, monogram kits were fantastic.
I think they got into trouble with these legally when one of the firing missiles caused some child to choke or something went down his throat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of that, it altered the design of the Boba Fett figure when it was released because they had to redesign the rocket firing mechanism.
Yep. They had to cancel a lot of toys or alter a lot of toys that had firing bits and pieces because it could only be so large and it could only shoot so fast.
It's always one stupid kid that spoils it for everyone.
Oh yeah, always.
Health and safety, bugger.
I got screwed over with the Boba Fett one because I don't know if you guys remember at least here, if you bought a certain amount of action figures, you would cut out a symbol off the packaging. If you saved a certain amount, you send it in, and they would send you the special figure. So my dad sent it away to get the Boba Fett that would fire the rocket. It came with a note saying because kids were shooting their eyes out, whatever it was, they removed the firing mechanism. So it was exactly the same as the regular Boba Fett figure I had, which was such a disappointment. It's like, well, what a waste that was.
Here you go, Dr. Dave 5. Hello, my friend. I have a Daggett figure from back in the day. I found it in the street in the 80s. What?
That's amazing.
That's probably worth something now.
Yeah. I had a Centurion at one point. I don't have it anymore. I don't know what happened to it. Yeah.
Which size was that one? Was it like because they did 12-inch and they also did these small ones here?
It was the small ones. It was the size of a Star Wars figure.
Yeah. A friend of mine, Daniel, again had like a 12-inch Cylon figure, and I went around his house and saw it, and I thought, where the hell did you get this? I didn't know these existed. You know, this had this light up gun and stuff, and it was mostly black.
God.
Yeah, it's just, you know, a lot of these designs you never saw outside the cinema, outside the movie, and if you'd only seen the movie once, a lot of the time you couldn't remember the full design of what the character looked like because we couldn't go back and just watch the movie again. You know, you had to rely on what we saw in magazines and comics and action figures. So if you didn't own this stuff, a lot of the stuff you didn't even know what they looked like the alien figure that we saw at the start.
If you know kids, right? Sorry, go ahead, Ian. Go on.
No, go on.
Just when I was a kid, right? Things used to upset me when I used to get a toy. Like for instance, look at that. Look at the Viper.
Plug?
Look at the Viper, right? The one that toy looks nothing like the one in the TV series. That used to upset me as a kid. Used to get it, used to go, wait a moment.
Oh, you're a purist.
Yes, I'm saying. And also, what was it? There was one toy that really upset me.
Starfighter?
I think it was a Star Wars toy that I think it was R2D2. That was it. When I first got the small R2D2, I'm like, wait a moment. That doesn't. The silver is different. It's too light. You know what the fuck's going on? I used to get really upset as a kid, though. I don't know if you guys got upset if it didn't really look like the thing that you saw.
I got upset because I never got any toys. Andy Masterton. Hello, Andy. Mr. Brown enlightens me. Were Micronauts popular in the UK?
They were.
To an extent, they were. Yeah, we did. They came out at the same time as the original run of Star Wars figures. I had a couple of the smaller ones, and a lot of the Micro Man figures, the multi-posable, transparent ones with the silver head. I thought they looked great. They were awesome. 3.75-inch figures, the same as Star Wars, but they never really took off like Star Wars did.
If any of us would have been mature enough, wise enough, and obviously had enough money when we were kids, buy multiple copies of those.
Oh yeah.
Storage, there's your pension fund.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what, right? So
as simple as that, everybody.
I was disappointed with the R2D2 small figure. My friend Sean, who was a really good artist, he made his own R2D2, and it was really good. He used a light bulb for its head and a baked bean tin can for his body. I'm serious. And when he finished, it really looked like the real deal. I was so jealous that he had. I think somebody stepped on it though. But it really looks good. It really looks good. You know what I mean? It's like, as I said, you get this little thing. You just pull up a picture of R2D2 when they first released it. It looks a bit like him, but it's not. It's not.
Yeah. I always thought that as well. It kind of annoyed me, and he didn't have a central foot either.
Exactly.
Right. Nope. Yeah. Later they made one that had a little plastic insert that you could put in there for the central foot. But
with Jabba's Dungeon, yeah. Oh no, it was Jawa's Droid Factory. That was the one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's the fantastic, and it was Battlestar Galactica. Everybody cancelled way before its time.
It was sadly.
Yeah.
Battleship.
Oh yeah.
You sunk my battleship.
My brother used to have this. My brother, I remember. MB Games, remember them?
Yep.
Milton Bradley.
Yeah.
I see. It looks like the electronic version. I love that with sound effects.
I got this as a present. I got it as a present.
You spoiled.
It wasn't all. This wasn't all the same Christmas, Brown. Okay? It was spread over several years.
I think you sounded like you had the best childhood, mate.
It wasn't. I can't complain, to be honest.
Damn.
It was. I remember seeing the advert for this on TV and thinking, like, "Wow, my God, computer!" Yeah, it was. He's playing it with his dad, wasn't he? And
it was, yeah.
I mean, at that age, as a kid, anyway, I had some kind of like disorder where I had to press every button that I saw in my life, and which would sometimes get me in trouble.
You've still got it now. What you're on about?
I have, and the when if it's like I was in a car with electric windows, I was just itching, sitting there looking at the buttons, going, "Oh, I just want to play with the buttons to lower up and raise the windows. So just let me at it." But you couldn't do it, obviously.
Do you know what changed my mind over this game? Has anybody seen RoboCop? Nukem?
Yeah, Nukem.
Changed my mind.
Yeah,
Nukem. I'd like to get Nukem.
We need an update, don't we? We need an update. I mean, how great would if they devised the game around it and brought it out? It'd be amazing if they did that. But it was just the red button here on the advert. You can see it right in the middle.
Yeah.
I just wanted the game so I could press that. That's all I wanted it for. I was just so into pressing buttons. I just wanted that, and it had the extra bonus of having all these little counters that you pressed into the grid, and then these sliding things on which didn't really do anything. But I think you move the sliders along, and then it registered that in the computer memory, so it knew where the target was that you were trying to bomb. So that's how. And then when you press the red button, it would then let you know whether you hit the target or not with a detonation.
Okay. I wonder what would happen if you was to put this game in front of one of the kids from today. I wonder if they'd kind of get it, if you know what I mean.
They'd probably just get bored within like 3 minutes and go and play on the iPad again. Although I'd like to think that a lot of kids would, think, "Oh, iPads are boring. I want to do something tactile. I want to do something different." Because there are a lot of younger generations that are collecting vinyl, and there are going back to cassettes and things.
Yeah, but they'd be playing against the mate as well doing this.
Yeah, exactly. It's a completely different fun experience than just sitting there doom scrolling on a device. This is really interactive and tactile. You're using things and holding things and touching things.
Also, you have to use your mind as well, isn't it, to avoid him attacking you and stuff like that. So
and and you have to engage your imagination with it, which is great.
Yeah.
Did we have this in America?
Oh yeah, this is. I remember the original, but then I remember seeing the commercial for the electronic, and one of my friends had it, so I was so excited to go over and just hear the sound effects when playing it.
Yeah, the 4-bit sound effects.
Yeah,
out of the little piezoelectric speaker.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if you hit a target, you can see this like little sort of right in the center below the main vertical screen.
Yeah, it'd light up, wouldn't it?
It would light up red when you hit a target, which is an extra bonus. Yeah, I wish the whole thing lit up though. Like when you're playing it, you just press the button and the whole thing lit up blue, like you're in a submarine or a battleship command deck or something. That would have been like pièce de résistance.
Or if it gave you electric shock as well, that'd be amazing.
Oh, even better. Now we're getting into S&M territory.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Also, every Christmas you would hear MB Games, the ads. Now coming up to end of November, there'll be advertising MB Games, this game, that game, whatever.
It was love it as well.
Always
love it as well.
With MB Games.
Well.
Yeah.
It was synonymous with that time of year, wasn't it? Like Ronco and K-Tel.
Yeah. K-Tel, oh my God, I remember that.
Happy times.
Great, right?
They were.
Where did it all go wrong, everybody? God almighty. Big Jim. Now, I don't know.
Think there's not going to be a lot of people that know this one. I only learned of this one through Analog Toys channel. Tony at Analog Toys. That is a brilliant channel. If no one's seen it, go and subscribe. Really is great.
I'm do the link. Analog Toys.
Never heard of this toy.
Yeah, and just on a random video that he made, he collects all the Big Jim toys. And I thought, I've never heard of Big Jim. What's this?
Oh, right.
And I don't even think it was available in the UK. This is mostly a US thing. But again,
here you go. Oh, sorry, chat moved up. Here you go. Manual grill, element, wrenched. I had Big Jim as a kid. Was he any good? lovely.
He lived up to his name.
Lovely. How's about? Go on. Sorry, carry on.
But these are all kind of the variations on the G.I. Joe theme, but they've got some great action features, these figures, that you can see here. Now then.
Now then.
Oh, let's not. We're trying to be innocent here. Come on. Yeah, but the names, Boris, what a great name for a villain. It's very James Bond, Professor Bob.
Boris, did he become Prime Minister?
Not this one, sadly. I think he would have made a better Prime Minister if it was this action figure. Dr. Steele, what a great name. And what's the guy on the bottom right? Iron Jaw, yeah.
Iron Jaw, yeah.
Iron Jaw.
So
and
it looks
the
like
robot, what other name for a robot could there be but Captain Laser?
Captain Laser. I had never heard of these. This is interesting. I looked it up, and apparently the figures had a push button karate chop. Each figure did that, and then they had soft vinyl arms that would show bulging biceps when bent.
Yeah,
fascinating.
Absolute genius action features, really. As a look at a 4-year-old kid, you're going to see these and just think, wow, these are amazing. My G.I. Joe's only got like eagle eyes and brushable hair. These guys can actually punch each other and pull things out of areas and hit each other with them and come with weapons that you can't use on any other toy figure line. And this guy's got a robot arm. Look at him, and a robot mouth. You're not going to get G.I. Joe like that, are you?
What year again, sorry?
Couldn't honestly tell you, to be honest.
71, 72.
Was it that early?
But they continued through 86 in both North American and European markets.
Wow.
These will be worth a fortune pristine.
They would, and they are. I can testify.
But the idea that if kids play with this toy and the toys could punch other toys, that we would suddenly grow up to be punching people because of that toy. It's such a stupid idea. No kid ever, they watch Star Wars. No kid's going to pick up a sword and try and fight with someone.
Would there be what you're saying is if they were playing with these nowadays, there'd be a knock on the door from the Rozzers?
Yeah, exactly. That thought is so stupid, isn't it? It's incredibly stupid.
Here you go. Swappers has posted analog toys link there. I think we all should check that out afterwards. Tell them Mr. Brown sent you.
It's always the same. It's always some stupid idiot that spoils it for kids when it comes to toys, films, watching TV. Always an idiot that thinks that we're going to, because we see a Western, we're going to try and get a gun and shoot someone. Do you know what I mean? Stupid.
It was Superman. You're going to jump out of a window.
Exactly. Yeah. Stupid.
I mean, admittedly, I did run around the house with a red towel tied around my neck, but it didn't really threaten my life. But it was Mary Whitehouse in the UK, wasn't it? That ruined it for a lot of
Doctor Who. Yeah, sort of like all these really great stories with Doctor Who and scary stuff and behind the sofa, and then suddenly you got this old stupid woman with glasses coming out saying, "Oh, it's not good for kids," and kids are loving it, and it gets taken away from the kids. Fucking idiot.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, seriously.
Yes, liberal white women have been destroying our world for a long, long time.
There you go. Anyway, next.
Shall we move on? Typing. That's Big Jim, everybody. Big logo.
Oh, I remember this. This used to be on TV all the time, the advert for it.
Yeah.
I remember.
I definitely wanted it. I loved the advert.
Interesting. I didn't think much of the toys, though. The actual, see that little truck there. No.
Yeah, it didn't do much. You basically sat there and watched it. That was it.
Yeah. At least when you had Scalextric, you could actually control the cars going fast or slow, whatever. But with this, you just watch it go round and round.
Yeah, I do remember this one. Who was this made by again? I can see the logo down there. What is it? What's the logo?
I think it's Tomy.
Yeah, Tomy. Yeah.
As it was back then. But they basically, this truck just ferried around a bunch of, I think, sort of black ball bearings, basically. And the back of the truck tipped up and offloaded its cargo into the thing at the top of the track there in the distance of the back corner.
There you go.
And it would then fall down into this factory, be scooped up by these arms, and then loaded into a different area. Then the truck would go back round again, pick them up, and then drive back round and dump them off. And it would just do that, endlessly, infinitum. And that was it. That's all the toy did. But kids being kids, up to a
Who
certain
cared?
age, at least, you got to love it. Yeah.
You go, damn Dyke, World of Sport, hello, my friend, had this at school.
Nice.
Well, my school had was plasticine. Remember
Oh,
that?
yeah.
And detention. They had this in the States, guys. Do you remember this?
Oh yeah, they absolutely had this and very similar things. This is Tomy. They produced a lot of toys.
Yeah,
over
it's
here.
Tommy.
Yeah.
Have you got your Enterprise yet?
No,
When's
It
that
keeps
going?
getting
Don't my
pushed back.
brother around.
I believe the latest update is sometime in March.
Oh, it's going to be
Wow,
worth waiting when it arrives.
They to make up to everybody who ordered it and was supposed to get it 6 months ago. Now the nacelles will also turn purple.
Wow.
I'm very envious of you. Okay, that's
Well, when
big
you
load.
when you get it, let me know and I'll
Sit-
get my brother to come round.
Sit on it. It'll be on too high a shelf for him to sit on.
Okay,
You send him on his tour of destruction.
that's big load, everybody. Oh, now you're talking. Who remembers this?
Oh, I remember
Obviously,
this. Yeah.
MB, Milton, and Bradley. This was a big departure for them at the time. Yeah, big
I
track.
remember this. I remember
It's a
this.
computerized, programmable,
Yeah.
not really remote control, but
Yeah.
remote operated electric toy. Yeah.
And again, it's MB Games. MB,
Mhm.
whatever it is. Yeah.
Okay,
Crazy.
I think my other best friend had this at the time. Again, I was well jealous.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It looked amazing. Look at the design. It's just phenomenal.
Yeah.
And it's very, very simple. There's not an awful lot to this at all. And it could get stranded on different types of flooring quite easily. But it's great if you bought the trailer as well for it, because then you could tip up things and carry things around and do extra things. But it was awesome the fact that you could. The advert made it look great. You know, it'd drive up to your pet dog and shoot it with its laser and stuff, and you think like, oh, there's nothing this thing won't do, and then you get it and find out it hardly does anything really. Ultimately,
But do you know? Do you
It's
know what's
great.
interesting, swappers, is that when you see the adverts, it's some American kid in a huge American house,
yes,
and it's got loads of corridors it can drive down.
yes.
If I had one of these in my council flat, it's not going anywhere. do you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
Yeah.
You go into
Do we
your bed and back out again, like trailing
it, yeah.
probably a bra and a pair of knickers behind it, caught on its wheel.
These were quite expensive, if I remember.
probably about
Well,
20 quid at the time.
Well,
or something.
yeah. So why am I thinking like 30 odd quid for some reason?
I mean, today it'd probably be about 100 quid if it was in today's money.
Was this would have been 82, 83 ish for maybe
Around about that.
Yeah.
1980 to 83, yeah.
This was introduced in '79.
79.
What?
Yeah.
Damn.
When you're out.
Yep, introduced in '79. They sold it for 5 or 6 years. Yeah, with
was
various
very
different
popular.
changes. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really cool. I actually knew someone who had one of these, an old one. That it was kind of neat the way it had like the little programmable pad on the back where you basically programmed in the path, and then it drove along the little path that you programmed in. It was kind of cool.
Here you go. Side of feet, legend wrenched. Hello, mate. Went in Smith's toy shop recently, so the missus could get some Lego. Toys are shite these days compared to just the examples we've had so far.
True. It's true. Very true.
But you know what it is, right? Is even in those days, they were trying to cut corners when they were making toys. As I said, if you had a kid designing toys, it would have been so much better. In fact, that thing looks like one of those, something from Star Trek or Lost in Space. It's
Yeah, a
Star
little
Trek had
bit.
that thing,
Yeah.
yeah. I remember Lost in Space had something like that,
Yeah.
the original show, yeah. So yeah.
Okay. Is MB Games still around, or did it go bust?
No, it's
Good
still
question.
around.
I mean, Milton Bradley is still around. Yeah.
Yeah, MB Games. Okay, right. Okay, you had to buy the trailer separately, didn't you?
I think so. Yeah.
Starmer's coming for you.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's at my apartment.
Okay, if you were poor, you had the Binatone.
Yeah, this is
Find
what
the
we had.
phone.
Yeah, this is the one we had. Yeah. I still loved it though.
Buying the tone. I remember buying the tone. Used to make radios, TVs. They used to
Yeah.
cheapo.
So this was kind of like an Atari, but you couldn't change the games out. It came loaded with
Yeah.
about 5
Built in,
different versions of sports games like Pong, etc., which was called Tennis on this thing. But you did have this target practice game where you shot a dot on the screen with a gun, which was loads of fun. And what you don't see in this picture here is the controllers, which were like just basically a twist knob on a like a little rectangle, and you turn the knob, and your Pong thing would go up and down the screen, and that was basically all the interaction that you had. But we still had hours of fun with it. My dad just brought it home one day from work in the 70s, and I didn't have a clue what it was, and we were all playing it over the course of weeks, trying to have a challenge with each other. And the gun thing was my favorite, because I was really into guns at that age, running around pretending I was Luke Skywalker. So I'd unplug the gun and just run around using it as a Star Wars gun. It was great.
And do you know what they won't? Do they sell? They'll have an orange tip today, won't it?
Oh yeah, or it'll be all orange.
Yeah.
It'd be all orange.
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't even look like a gun, to be honest.
Yeah.
We had a version made by, I think it was Radafin.
Not heard of that one.
I think that was a cartridge as well. You had these really nice analog joysticks. I think it was Radafin. That was probably late 70s, early 80s, because we couldn't afford the proper Atari.
Yeah.
So there were lots of this would have been the cheaper version, yeah?
Yeah. We picked up something like this at a secondhand sale when I was a kid. And it just basically had the blaster game, which was just a box that bounced around the screen, and you shot at it for a little while, and then you got your score after a few minutes. And then it also had the Pong game built into it.
I gotta go on.
No, go on.
I gotta give it to my dad though. We were poor. It was 7 of us, okay, but my dad fixed TVs in the old days. So when he used to fix someone's TV, they always used to either pay him or pay him in kind. And that's how we got Airfix stuff. We used to get a bag full of Airfix models.
Nice.
We used to get pirate videos. Do you know what I mean? And toys we used to get from, because my dad used to fix TVs. You know what I mean? So there you go.
Here you go, folks. Romeo Tango November Zulu Ranch World of Sport. Hello, my friend. I had an Atari. Took me 2 years to save up for it from my paper round. Worth every penny.
But it was all the sweeter when you got hold of it after waiting that long.
Oh yeah.
Oh, amazing.
I'll tell you what. I've got to say, Ian. A lot of us, went through a very similar thing where you longed for things that you just couldn't afford.
Yeah.
And in a lot of respects, I was lucky that I'd got given presents, but you'd have to wait forever, until your birthday or Christmas for these things. You couldn't just go out and get one. But because they were so hard to get hold of and not all that readily available, extremely expensive, and you were lucky if you got them, it just made you appreciate everything so much more when you did get it.
It did. As I said, my dad was very crafty. He used to do a lot of he used to do jobs off the side and stuff like that to make the extra money. Sometimes I never see my dad for because he's meant to finish work at 6. He'll come home at 10 with a bag full of Airfix models or VHSs and stuff. You know what I mean? So he would do things to actually, supplement money.
Was he dealing Airfix kits?
No, what it was, right? I don't know if you remember. In those days, he used to have tubes. The tube TVs. So he used to have a whole bag full of tubes, and the people around our area used to come. They used to know him as the TV man, and because like black and white TVs, he used to fix them, clean them up, and then give it to people. And so he was well known in the television area. Yeah,
television,
well
not the other TVs.
Just televisions, the ones made of wood.
Okay,
but the TV sets that we had back in the day.
Show
audio and everything.
Should we do the next one then?
The Monty Python references in the chat are just off the charts. I love it. Keep it going. It's great.
Okay, let's do the next one then. That's Binatone.
Binatone.
Yes.
I'm assuming this is Bionic Man.
It is.
$6 million man.
Mm-hmm.
Again, my friend had all these, bastard.
My brother had this.
He had the full kit. Yeah.
He looks stupid now, though.
Well, your brother.
When you're a kid, both. When you're a kid, that was like it was gold to you. Do you know what
Yeah.
I mean? It really was. Wow.
I remember the kind of cryo tube rocket thing.
Mm.
Yeah.
The clear eye too in Austin, right? You can look through if the back of the head and look through his eye.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but you
your
couldn't see
bionic
anything.
vision.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't see anything. It was just a blur.
No, I know it was blurry as you're right. It was cloudy and blurry.
Evening, Lance.
Yeah.
Outcast Creative Wrench. Hello, my friend. Hey, Lance. Great idea for a stream. Swaps' idea. This classic toys are the best. They are, mate. One of the best I got was MAC Mountain Mobile Action Command.
Yeah, I'm just looking it up now. I've never heard of it, but it looks amazing. It kind of looks like the Fisher-Price Adventure people. It does look great.
It's fun, isn't it? Because you'd watch the $6 Million Man on TV, and then you get this, and you can recreate everything that you saw on TV just by using that action figure.
The $6 Million Man over in the UK was massive.
It was huge.
Yeah. Did they have a Sasquatch figure? You need that to.
I don't know.
No, I don't think we had those over here. Yeah.
Did you have the robot where you can change the faces, where you can make it look like the different characters?
Yeah. I remember in school, that's all we used to talk about. Did you see the $6 Million Man? He fought the $7 Million Man.
Yeah.
Oh my God! You know, everybody in school. Wow.
I just looked it up. Yes, they did make the Sasquatch action figure. Wow.
Yeah, there was.
They did. Oh my God.
They did. Yeah, they did the Venus Probe Lander as well. That was a toy as well. That looks fantastic.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's great.
But it's that red suit that he has is in the beginning sequence in it when he's running, and that's where they got that from. It's as I said, when you got that toy, you just reconstructed when you were playing with it all the episodes that you'd seen on TV. That was the beauty of it, I guess. Yeah.
Was there a Bionic Woman figure?
There was. Yeah.
Did the figures get it on, as it were?
only if you let it.
Plug in their USB interfaces.
If you weren't careful with that figure, you could put both eyes out.
Yeah.
That's the Bionic Man, everybody.
Seriously, guys, what a great time to be alive. And you didn't even realize we were going through the best times.
No.
Yeah.
We didn't realize it at all.
Yeah, Lance was saying the Sasquatch in the UK, it was really rare, only got released in limited numbers over here. There you go. Okay, that's the $6 Million Man.
I love the fact that he came with a thermos flask as well. That was great. Great idea.
Okay, I'm assuming these are extra bits.
No, what's the robot called again? Where you could change the faces? It was in the actual show, wasn't it?
I forget the name, but
Fembots, weren't they? Fembots?
Is that it at the bottom right? Is that it at the bottom right?
Yeah.
Yes,
but the Fembots were in Bionic Woman, but they were called something else in $6 Million Man. I can't remember what they were called.
The him bots. They them bots.
You see that orange girder? That's what my brother.
Pronoun bots.
Yeah, the one at the bottom right. That's the Mascatron.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Right.
I love the headset there. That that has some real Spock helmet vibes.
I was going to say that. Yeah, it does. But that car, the Bionic car, whatever you want to call it, it looks suspiciously like that Action Man car that we saw earlier on.
Absolutely.
From the
Absolutely.
Yeah, the Sinclair C5.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some of the guys in the chat said Sinclair C5. Yeah,
but do you remember right at Christmas time they used to have a catalog, and then when you saw these pages, your mind used to explode, didn't it?
Yeah,
You're like,
it did.
Oh my God, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. It's crazy.
Yeah, all these stories in your head going, what you would do with all these toys or action figures, even if you never got them, it was still a joy to go through the pages and just wonder.
Oh yeah, and we were trying to explain to our kids, last year, like how when we were kids, like, what do you want for Christmas? Well, here's the Sears catalog, right? Or here's the JCPenney catalog, and you would go through all these pages of all of these different things, and you would circle like, I want this and I want that.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
didn't have wish lists on Amazon.
Oh, it's not the same. Not the same thing.
And your dad and mum used to go, well, okay, well, maybe you'll get it.
Yeah, we'll see.
Maybe. We'll
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Okay, next
awesome.
page then.
Typing, sorry. Let's move on then.
Awesome.
Oh,
the black hole. You know, I never got these toys. I never got them.
Oh,
I
look at
wish I
that.
did, though. I wish I did.
Look at that.
I know a friend that actually built a real Vincent. He actually built it out of wood.
That's
and
incredible.
Stuff. Yeah, and it looked really good. Really, really good. So, yeah.
And you had photos of it.
I don't have any photos of it.
That's a shame.
He actually, I'm telling you, he actually built it full size.
When was this?
This was about 20 years ago, something like that.
He still got it.
I remember him building it. He's probably still got it.
Mm.
My friend Andre used to go to school with him. He built that, and he built the Sulaco. You know, the Sulaco from Aliens. He literally built that out of wood and what is it? Airfix kits and stuff like that. He actually sold it. He sold it to we used to have a toy shop down Lavender Hill, and he sold it to the guy that owned the toy shop, and the guy hung it up in his shop, hanging on the ceiling.
Wow.
And that was the last time I saw it. Yeah, he was really good at doing stuff like that. Really good.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Ironically, one of Disney's better offerings, which didn't really do well, did it?
No, a lot of people. It's got a lot of criticism, this film, but it's underrated and it's genuinely really, really enjoyable. I saw it recently
as well,
and I kind of did watch it through, my 9-year-old eyes. So I forgave it for a lot of its shortcomings, but it really is genuinely good, and you can see some great ideas in here. Wonderful production design, wonderful character design, concept art, and the look of the ship, and just it's really worth seeing this movie, even though it does look a little bit shoddy today, but it's still great.
Do you know what's interesting about the black hole is that every other film that was doing sci-fi, their ships resembled ships in Star Wars, but the black hole, that's a very unique design for the Cygnus. Look how brilliantly designed that is. Inside as well looks nothing like anything from Star Wars. Do you know what I mean? So it's just a really,
and it just sat on the sat in the black hole completely unlit as well.
Yeah. No, it's
again, this movie always used to be on BBC.
Yeah, BBC. Yeah,
at Christmas a long time ago.
It makes me want to go watch it again. It's so good.
You know the design of the Batmobile that looks like violence. I give you Maximilian. Maximilian looks like he freaking kill you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
There you go. Yeah, I saw this. Gavin Blackburn went through a spot. The MPC model kits are being re-released shortly. Yeah. Yes, I saw that. Shall we move on then? Have we done with the black hole? PCat, do you want to add anything?
Just thinking about the movie, the ending of the movie when was Maximilian was merged with I'm forgetting the name of the character, and you see the eyes coming out of where the red slit is. That creeped me out as a kid.
Yeah.
Definitely some bumming in that movie then.
Maximilian, though, who designed Maximilian is really very clever. It really does look like violence, doesn't it? That thing.
I had one of these Vincent toys for years that I got from a cousin or something. Yeah, it was so cool.
Wow.
Okay, that's the black hole. If you've not watched the black hole movie, folks, hunt it out. It's a decent movie.
I don't remember this at all. I don't remember this at all.
No.
What is
this?
Now,
what is this?
Oh, Peter Pan.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
I remember Peter Pan
toys. Yeah,
Super Blow powered. Nice.
By your blow.
Cue all the innuendos in the chat. Come on, let's.
There was a lot of entertainment in the 70s that was powered by blow.
I don't remember this toy at all, though. Looks pretty ugly as well.
I think it was very early 80s this came out. And it was basically a polystyrene jet, so it was very, very cheap. And I did get one on my birthday. I had a little bit of money, and I went to the newsagent, and they had them on sale on the shelf. I'd seen the ad on TV, which obviously made them look great, like the best thing ever. Went and bought one, and I think it was like £10 or something crazy. Damn. And brought it back and used it, blew down the tube and fired the jet off. And it flew off and collided with a wall, and the wings snapped off immediately.
And then there you go. Yeah. Bob's your uncle.
It just broke immediately. And it was gutted. But yeah.
Peter Pan is British because the plane looks like a Hawker
Sydney.
Yeah,
it does.
One of them trainer jets.
Yeah. I love the BJ on the side of it.
Blowjob, what?
Yeah.
Below the cockpit.
I don't remember tiny ones like this, although we used to have the styrofoam planes. They were huge. You'd buy them as a kit in the store for a few bucks because they were just foam, right? Mm-hmm. But yeah, you'd put them together and they were like 3 feet long, 3 feet wide. They were enormous. But yeah, you'd throw them 3 or 4 times. They'd slam into something. The wings would fly off, and you couldn't get it back together.
Well, you're talking about England. England, everything is small.
Yeah, it's much smaller.
Yeah.
Okay, that's Blowjet, everybody. Peter Pan.
Yeah. What's the next one? Oh, how interesting is this?
Boba Fett.
How tall was this one? Or was
this
this
12
just a
inch.
small one? 12 inch.
Yeah.
Look at that.
And he's not fat either. He's thin.
Imagine that.
Imagine that, yeah.
I need to reset my mic, so if you could fill, boys.
Also, did he have the real voice rather than that stupid
the voice change, the clone.
The voice change, yeah.
I don't think there was any voice feature on this toy.
No voice features.
The features it did have, though, were kind of similar. It was influenced by the $6 Million Man toy. So you could look through his eye in a similar way. If you look, they had a window on the back that you could peer through, and it would come out of his visor. And looking at his face, you can't tell it's there because it's painted black. But it had that feature. The little antenna on the side, or viewfinder on the side of his head,
that go up,
flipped up and down. Yeah, you could move that. Cool. I'm not sure if the rocket on his backpack fired. I don't think so, but you could remove it. And I think, that's it. It did fire. Well, it did detach at least, and it had a grappling line. So it acted like a grappling hook. So you fired it off, and it could help him climb up, rock surfaces or whatever, or grab onto passing ships and stuff. And he obviously got his blaster there. And the bottom right is his cape, which you connect to his shoulder, and that hangs off his back. So, and he was multi-jointed. A lot of the 12-inch Star Wars figures only had 5 points of articulation, but this guy had hips, knees, elbows, wrists, and you can move his shoulders on ball joints. So he was really, really well made.
And the coloration of this, all based on the Boba Fett cartoon that was included with the holiday special. Yep.
I love it. I would have got that.
I love it.
Honestly, it's a pure representation of the film, isn't it? Apart from that orange bit on his hand, I don't know what that is, but yeah, it is definitely. I used to love his voice. We always used to quote it when we were kids from Empire Strikes Back, when he used to say, when Han Solo was being put into the carbonite, he says, "What if he doesn't survive? He's worth a lot to me." And then they changed the voice to that fucking, what is it? Who's that guy that played him? Changed it.
Tamura Morrison. Yeah.
Yeah, why?
Was he Jango Fett initially, and they used his...
and then they said, well, if his son's a clone, then his voice would be the same. Which is
rubbish. Lucas.
I don't know why they didn't just leave it, because it makes more sense with his helmet having a voice changer, so he can
that's a good point.
disguise himself. So
here you go, the ambiguous troll numbers. The helmet is so sweet.
It is. It's one of the best designs from Star Wars, the Boba Fett. It's a shame that they got rid of him so soon, though. That's one thing I regret. I think they should have just kept him. He was a great villain. We didn't even get to see him, use his stuff properly.
It it was a totally unnecessary comic death of a great
was.
character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame.
He died.
He seemed
it was
so
just
deadly in
ridiculous.
Empire, didn't he?
Yeah.
Sorry?
Yeah, he
You
did.
couldn't
Yeah.
wait. I'm sorry.
Go on, Pete.
No, you were excited with the character, and then in Jedi, he nods. I don't even think did he speak a word outside of him screaming when he
No,
went
he
to the
didn't.
solid pit?
Yeah.
And then the monster belched. Ha, 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 ha.
Yeah.
Who was it? Gary? Was it Gary Kurtz? Gary Kurtz. What was his name?
Gary Kurtz was the first in Empire. I think he left Return
You
of
could
the Jedi,
tell.
did he?
He left part of the way in making of Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, that's where
It's funny how they never mention him when they talk about Star Wars, the first three. They never mention him at all for
That's
some
where it
reason.
all went tits up. Yeah.
Yep. He had it with George and
Knock
his
it on the head,
focus on always trying to focus on toys and stuff like that instead of trying to make a better story.
George, no.
Yep.
Are you listening, son? No. George.
Kalel, no.
No.
No, Daddy, no.
That's Boba Fett.
No,
Boba Fett.
Daddy, no!
Boba Fett. Who? Boba Fett.
Boba Fett.
Boglins.
I don't remember these.
I kind of remember these. Anybody?
Yeah, I know. I had a friend who was big into these. This
these
was never anything
rubberized?
I cared about. Yeah, they were little rubber puppets basically that were inside these cages. Yeah.
I never actually owned any myself, but I did see
No.
the commercials on TV and saw them on the shelves in the toy shops. But they were I was too old for them, I guess, when they finally came out. But they were basically glove puppets, when they sort of latex glove puppets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With arms that waggled around when you shook the figure, and you operate their mouths. But the advert made them look great, because you could scare your sister with them and stuff. But
And there was a mechanism inside to shift the eyes around too, which was really creepy.
Oh, what?
yeah, very good.
You go, Obi-San's Kenobi Wrench for a spotlight, my friend. These were super popular in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I never saw them.
Because you were fucking old, that's why.
You didn't go into toy shops in the 90s.
You're
That's
an
why.
old bastard, that's why.
No, even in the 90s, I was still reading comics and buying toys. And
You know what?
going
Even
to
in the
Forbidden Planet.
90s, when I was probably mid-20s and stuff,
Mm.
I don't know about you folks, when the new Argos catalogue came out, I'd always have a look at the toy selection because old habits are just hard to break, even if you're approaching 30,
Did they still sell annuals at that time as well? Because I used to look at the pages with the annuals as well. The annuals, no? 90s? Anyone?
Oh, you mean? Oh, no. Yeah, you don't get annuals anymore, do you?
No. Well, you do, but not many though.
I used to love annuals. They were great.
Yeah.
Hardcover, yeah.
Didn't they
Still
used to
got
come
a
out
few.
once?
Not very funny.
Oh, anyway. Shall we move on from Boglins?
Yes, please. Yes, please. I don't even know these ones. Oh, the James Bond.
Okay, I'm assuming this is Bond.
Yeah.
Oh,
Generally, James Bond toys, yeah.
Oh, look at them.
Wow.
Look at them.
Even the
everybody.
Moonraker. Look at the Moonraker.
That's awesome.
Again, my friend had all these. He had the bigger version of the Lotus Esprit. God, I was jealous.
There it
My
is.
brother had the Goldfinger one, and I remember he pressed the switch and the man shot out, and we couldn't find the man. I don't think we ever found it to today.
I know.
We've never found it.
That happened to mine as well the first time I did it.
What?
I lost my little plastic man, yeah.
Indeed.
But look how beautiful that Aston Martin is, though.
Yep, and they have there's reproductions of these that are available now.
There are, you're right.
Yeah, the reproduction of these original Corgi toys.
Look at the Octopussy one. It's brilliant.
I
The
had that.
Octopussy one's
very set.
fantastic.
I had that exact
right.
same one.
Can you imagine buying a toy for your kids? Here you
I
go,
want-
kids.
Does it have-
Octopussy.
Does it have the horse's ass at the back?
What? Oh, yeah,
Don't you remember the film?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pre-
the
pre-credits
horse
scene.
goes up and then the plane comes out.
Yeah.
Comes out. What?
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Spy Who Loved Me is just so good. So fucking good is a Spy Who Loved Me.
Yeah,
It is.
that car
Yeah.
is amazing. That car,
The
absolutely
Lotus,
amazing. And the Moonraker, I love Moonraker. I don't care what
Yeah.
anyone says.
Same
It
here.
may be stupid, but it's very, very enjoyable. Enjoyable stuff. It reminds me when I was, when I was a kid, I used to go to see James Bond with my family. Would you believe every James Bond film with Roger Moore that was released? My whole family, all 7 of us, and mum and dad used to hit the cinema to watch the latest Roger Moore film.
And then you came out at the end high on a great movie, as opposed to being broken watching No Time to Die.
Yeah.
I'm not bitter.
But even I was just looking at X this morning, and somebody had that clip of James Bond getting blown up, and someone saying, "Oh, it's the best ending ever." I'm like, "What film were you watching?" Do you know what I mean?
You know what? Right, that clip in that movie, doing killing Bond, is just see those memories there on the screen of all those fantastic toys when you were growing up. All that's doing is pissing on them, shitting on every single toy there. Every moment you had growing up, loving James Bond, loving the movie, loving the gadgets, just loving the merch. Daniel Craig shitting on each and every one of you. Fuck off, DC.
Do you know what?
Knew it.
Do you know what? What's interesting is that Hollywood seems to be obsessed with telling us that all the heroes are not really heroes, and all the villains are misunderstood. Have you not noticed that with films today? I've got this film coming out called, what is it?
Robin Hood.
Robin Hood.
Death of Robin Hood.
The death of what the fuck, man?
Yep.
What the fuck?
Yep.
Do you know what I
All the
mean?
bells are ringing, warning bells are ringing. Death of Robin Hood. Who's got a remote control car going in the background?
I was gonna say that's what.
It's me. Surprise, surprise.
Okay, that's James Bond, everybody. Used to mean something. Well, that means
me.
everything on that screen means something. Yeah.
Yeah, it's still
And everybody.
it just,
Yeah.
all the great Bond movies, ignoring Daniel Craig, just you could still enjoy.
Okay. Sword in the
Maddie
Storm snapping us into place. Wrench, by the way. It's a toy stream, guys. Yeah. Sorry.
It is. Yeah, sorry.
By the way,
nothing, Steve. Move along.
I did post a link to the reproduction of that Aston Martin, and it's really solid. It looks great.
Yeah, I was tempted to buy it with some money I got for Christmas, but sadly I can't afford it.
Corgi have reissued some, haven't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they
You ever
have.
see that
on Amazon.
YouTube channel where a guy actually he had an old version of that one, and it was all was it crumpled and everything, and he brought it back to life. He cleaned it and sprayed it.
Yeah, there's
and,
loads of videos of toy restorations. Okay, let's do the next one.
Oh, I don't know what this is.
Brave Star.
Yeah.
Don't know this one.
It's kind of ringing bells, I think, from the Argos catalogs, possibly. Anybody?
Yeah, I do. I remember this. Yeah, this was an 80s cartoon. Along with was it Silverhawks? Was another one that was about the same time or something.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so it was supposed to be this space sheriff. And he had so it was very much a yes. It was one that the cartoon came along with the toys, and it was a Western in space. Yeah.
Ardent Party. I had a Brave Star and the villain toy. Yeah.
I do remember the cartoon. I don't think I ever had any of the
There you
toys for
go.
this.
Damn Dyke. What a spot. Yeah, Filmation. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Filmation?
Yeah, same people that did Masters of the Universe.
Filmation were fantastic.
Yeah.
This was kind of after my time, really. I got a bit too old for these kinds of toys at this point. But I can acknowledge that the cartoon was well made, and the character designs were really interesting as well, especially 3030, which was the horse he rode on, which could like power up and turn into like a humanoid mode with a massive gun. It was great.
He goes, Sword has popped a Brave Star. Is it an episode or something? Okay.
Could be.
Should we do the next one then?
Yep.
Going in. We're still on B. Buck Rogers.
I'm assuming this is Buck Rogers.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
But those toys, that's wrong. They never sold it like that, especially
Over
the
here.
Starfights.
Over here.
Yeah.
These are these the Mattel?
Migo.
Omigo. This is
Mhm.
this is
Yeah,
the
that's
American
Omigo.
side, isn't it? I don't think we got these.
No, we didn't. Sadly, never got any of these.
Oh, fantastic though.
Yeah, these
I
are
had a few
beautiful.
of those. Like Buck, Twiggy, Kane, the Guard, Tiger.
Yeah, cool. Tiger Man. Yeah.
Yeah.
He died in the original.
Yes, he's in
and he
one
came back.
episode.
Yeah.
But then he came.
Then
yeah.
he came back. Yeah,
He died and then
TV
came back.
Yeah.
Wow. that Starfighter, that Thunderfighter design's just amazing. It's a
Mhm.
little bit compromised for the toy here. The original Macquarie design is just sublime, but they
Yeah.
did a good version. They did it justice, I think. And those tips at the front there were rubber, so the kids couldn't stab each other with them,
Yeah.
which you know would have happened.
Well, of
The-
course, that was the original Viper for
Yeah,
Battlestar
the
Galactica.
rejected,
and they
right,
rejected
design,
it. Yeah.
Yeah. The Marauder is
Yeah.
fantastic as well. All the spacecraft that were on on Buck Rogers were fantastic. The spacecraft design, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that Draconian Marauder looks great as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And of course, Corgi made miniatures of some of the ships too. The Thunderfighter, which was all die cast, and they had to compromise the design on that one as well, just because obviously made from metal, that would have been a lethal instrument if they hadn't altered the design of the front of that one. Lots of kids had that one though. Yes, Wilma Deering, 111111. We all would.
All the ones. All the ones.
Shall we do the next one then? Yes.
Go ahead, lad.
I did love Buck Rogers.
Another buck.
Aroo.
Yeah.
Was this Palitoy?
Probably MB. I wouldn't be surprised if it was MB. Or Ideal, sorry. It was Ideal.
Oh yeah, Ideal, yes. It's
Ideal.
Ideal, yeah.
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 It was.
This was where you tried to load the horse up to get as many items on before it booked.
Booked everything off. Yeah.
Mhm.
The advert made
Yeah.
it look absolutely amazing. I remember going around a friend's house at Christmas, about 7 years old probably, and they were playing this. Him and his sister were playing it. I was like, oh, wow, look at it, look at it. Couldn't wait to get my hands on it. It was great. But what a great idea for a game. Similar to that Jaws game, if anyone remembers that.
Yeah,
Jaws
yeah,
game
yeah.
was better. The Jaws game was better.
Mm.
The Buckaroo. I mean, look at the painting on the box, and then look at that. You're like, what?
Yeah. No,
He's like,
no.
what?
They changed the look of it over the years many times. This
They
is the
did,
original
yeah.
one that you're seeing right here. So this is the very, very first one
Yeah.
that came out in the late 60s probably. I don't know.
A game where you would play with your friends.
Yeah, you actually interact with people.
Yes.
Yes. Would you believe this came out in 1970 originally, but versions of this continued to be produced into the 2000s.
Wow.
Yeah, it's still selling.
Yeah.
It's still selling.
And then in 2006, a bunch of them were recalled because some kid got hit in the eye with objects that came flying off of the horse
Always one.
when it bucked, and so
Ruins
they
it
had
for
to
everyone.
discontinue it for a while and redesign it.
We have an old-fashioned toy store, and it's been there for years down Lavender Hill where I live, and it sells all stuff like this, from soft toys to board games and all kinds of stuff. So and
Brilliant.
that's still selling in there. Yeah.
Punchable Face, wrenched on my friend. This is a 26-hour series.
I
Might
mean,
well be.
what's wrong with that punchable
Yeah,
face?
what's wrong with that?
Let's talk about something that we love for 26 hours.
Let's talk
Absolutely.
about who's doing the Who Wants to Be Spider-Man? What's that? They them. What's her name? What's his name?
Ooh, what?
Potato Face.
One who was in Last of Us.
Yeah, Potato Face.
Oh, Potato
Let's
Face.
Yeah,
let's just
yeah.
talk about
The
they
old
them
potato.
for the next 10 hours.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we'll do that tomorrow. By the way. Okay.
The adult version of this game that you can play these days without even the need for buying anything is called Fuckaroo, where you slap a girl on the arse and call her by another woman's name and see how long you can hang on for.
There's an actual word for that. You know that, don't you? I can't remember what it was called. I can't remember what it's called, but I know there is an actual word for it. It was. It's been mentioned loads of TV shows and loads of movies. I can't remember what it's called though.
I don't know.
I'm not even joking either.
What are you talking about?
I'm not even joking.
Explain.
What is he talking about?
What Swappers just said just now.
What did Swappers say? Chat up
hold
out.
on to. He said there was a sex version, and you hold on to the person.
Yes. Well, I called it fuckaroo. Yeah. I don't know what the official name is.
No, but there is a name for that though. I'm serious.
Style.
I'm not even joking here.
Yeah, here you go. This is more like it. Here you go. Ardent party. Are you dickheads?
That's it. Yeah.
Trying to remember the road.
That's it. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's called Rodeo, but I'm not really sure.
There's the one that Brown plays at the bottom there. Cartoon Man. Just yeah. There we go.
Cookeroo. Cookeroo. Okay, let's move on then. Oh,
don't remember this.
This was 1990s.
Yeah, this was mid 90s. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't remember this.
Don't know these.
These are great looking figures. These ones, really great looking.
Think like the turtles.
Was this a cartoon or something?
Yeah, it was the kind of the anthropomorphic animal craze of toys and cartoons that the turtles kicked off.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Along with Biker Mice from Mars and probably some others as well. But these were really well-made toys and a very popular cartoon for kids at the time. But it was, you had to be a kid in the 90s to have heard of this one and appreciate it and probably have bought the toys.
There actually was a comic. It started as a comic book series in the 80s.
Oh, I did not know that. That's amazing.
And but then in the early 90s they had the cartoon that came out. That's when it really got very, very, very popular. And then there were other video games and stuff that spun off of that. So yeah.
And of course there was who can remember Jackson the Pink Rabbit from the Star Wars Marvel comics as well, which is I think is probably inspired by this character or vice versa, one of the two. But yeah, that's all I have to say about Bucky O'Hare. But it was very popular for its time.
Fully articulated.
They are.
They look like it.
Yeah. Great figures.
Okay. Let's move.
Very collectible these days.
Well, everything's collectible.
You absolute
Unts. Okay, we've got super chat. Romeo. I don't think we've done this. Romeo Remo Tango November Zulu Ranch World Sport. $5 New Zealand. Thank you, my friend. Happy New Year, all. Hope it started well and only gets better. Well, you've got Star Trek Academy coming next week, so no. Live long and prosper. Thank you, my friend.
Cheers, ears.
Should we do C then, yes?
Yeah,
let's do it.
C for Catwoman.
C for Unt. Oh, Captain Power. I remember this.
Yes.
I don't remember it at all.
Who's going to educate Ian on this one?
Captain Power.
Yeah, who's going to educate Ian? Go on.
Is this a cartoon?
Yeah, go on, Americans.
Okay, so you had the little fighter that's there on the left, that you would hold in your hands. You could put the action figures in it, whatever, but you had a VHS tape that played along with it.
Oh.
And so you would put in the VHS tape, and then you moved the little fighter around with it. Yeah, it was interesting. Yeah, I never had one of these, but I had a friend that had a few of these and had the tape and everything with
Wasn't there a Captain Power TV series?
There was eventually, yeah.
Which, do you know who wrote Captain Power?
No.
J. Michael Straczynski.
Oh, wow.
Wrote Captain Power. Yeah. I think you could watch the TV series you could buy a gun that was, didn't the Captain Power have like a strobing light on his suit or something, which you could play the game, literally watching the episode?
Yeah, there were like light and sound stuff on the screen that would interact with the toys. Yeah.
There you go. Obviously bigger in America. Maybe not then.
I know. Okay, like I said, I never had one. I had a friend that had them. So yeah.
Yeah, he did this long before Babylon 5. Okay, let's move on then. Yeah.
Oh God, I remember these.
Oh, my sister was addicted to these. Yes.
Care Bears, everybody.
Yeah, same with my sister.
My sister's had a few of them. Yeah.
I never owned any myself, but I kind of envied girls because these toys look great, especially the little plastic action figure versions. And the adverts are like they always do, make toys look like superb fun. But you know, they're beautifully sculpted, beautifully made, very colourful, look great, you know, on display and stuff. And being a hardcore boys toy enthusiast at the time, you know, looking at girls' toys, I kind of wish I was a girl sometimes, looking at everything they get. Some of the stuff's really cool, but you know, then I went back to playing Star Wars again and forgot all about it. But you know,
exactly.
you got to appreciate that. You know, that toys were so well made for both boys and girls at this time, and this is just shows exactly how much care was put into what we had.
Care Bears, and then you had those bloody horses. What were they called?
My Little Pony. Yes, my sister was also very much into that. But yeah, she had a ton of these Care Bears. The actual stuffed animals are really solidly made, and she still has quite a few of them, I think. But then they came around, and then they had the Care Bear cousins, which, you know, they had a bunch of different animals instead of just the bears.
Yeah, I think they had those in the UK as well. They were the first cousin versions, I think. Care Bears movie came out in 1985.
Yeah, that was it.
It came out.
Cartoon. They had a cartoon, didn't they? Care Bears.
Would can you, if these were released now, would these certain sniffy people get a bit arsey about these, saying you can't give toys like this? This is sexist, these toys.
Yeah, because they're not. You know, these days everything has to be enjoyed by everyone equally. You know, Star Wars can't be a boys' own thing anymore, can it? It has to be.
Yes, it can.
Yeah,
these toys are too gender specific. How dare you?
There you go.
One of them's got a rainbow on his chest.
Indeed.
Gender specific and rainbow. Oh, rainbow's not so bad.
No, I have a feeling they'd be totally okay with giving these out as long as they also gave them costumes so they could dress up as furries.
Here you go. Adam Party's on fire this evening. Here you go. Back when rainbows meant friendship.
They still do mean friendship. If you adopt what these people put on rainbows, then you're just sad. Because it never meant that. It never meant that. And it never will.
Rainbows were just something that happened when
That's right.
the sun split the raindrops on the prismatic level into a rainbow.
Mm-hmm.
Or am I just being too innocent?
That's how it should be.
Okay.
I want to go back. I want to go back to the 80s.
I want to go back to Care Bears, everybody. Centurions. I don't know these.
Don't know these either.
Power Extreme.
Yeah, this was 1985, 1984, 1905, I think.
Wow.
And these figures were 6 or 7 inches tall, so not your typical Star Wars size. And of course, like a lot of toy lines, they came out with a TV show companion to it, which was
87.
There you go. Yeah, that's it. And an animated TV show, which was great. I have to say, the animation was beautiful. Every episode was written brilliantly. Yeah, it really was. Go back and it'll be all over YouTube. Just look this up if you never heard it. Imagine being, you know, a 14, 13-year-old kid and watch it. Just so good, full of action, just visceral, in your face, just how we always wanted it. You know, they're just brilliant boys' own action cartoon. And the toys were no exception to this whatsoever. They really had some great play features. The idea behind it was, each figure was basic, but they came with a load of accessories, and you plugged the accessories into the figure, and the helmet and everything came on. And you basically turned the figure into a vehicle of sorts. So you could turn the guy on the left here, which is the blue guy, which was Ace McCloud, I think his name was. And you could turn him into like a jet or like an Iron Man sort of style character. And the guy in the middle, Jake Rockwell, was sort of land-based operations, and you could turn him into a walking tank or a bike or whatever. And I can't remember the guy on the left. It was Max Ray, I think his name was. And he turned into subaquatic vehicles. So you could plug things into him to turn him into like a submarine type variation, and they all came with these firing weapons and accessories, and you could buy separate upgrades for them as separate packs. So if you wanted the big jet mode for Ace on the left, you could buy one for him, and they showcased all the modes in the cartoon. So you thought, oh my god, yeah, I want that one. So you go out to the shops and buy the accessory for your character that turn him into the big jet version, and they were so great, so well made. Brilliant imagination went into these, fully articulated as well, so all the knees and elbows worked. And they just look beautiful. Look at them, all beautiful, bright colors and everything. Really well made materials. Really sort of big, bulky, and handle well, and you can't break them easily. So you could really fly them around and smash them against each other, and they'd last for ages. And sadly, each figure was 10 UK pounds, and that was too much for an action figure for me back then. Damn. So I never got one. So, but I'd love to have bought them.
Yep. I don't remember these toys, but I remember the cartoon. Yeah, the cartoon was stellar. It was produced by Ruby Spears. They made a ton of stuff in the 70s and 80s.
They did.
Yeah. Alvin and the Chipmunks. Yeah.
Okay, Sword, is this the cartoon series? I'm assuming it is. There you go.
Could be.
I'll post a link there. There you go, folks.
The guys at the bottom, on the bottom left here, Doc Terror, the one in the red, and Hacker, his second in command, in the blue. There was this whole thing about the bad guys all being cyborgs, and they'd cyborg everything, like there's cyborg animals and people and whatever. It was so cool before the Terminator, and you could split up Doc Terror and Hacker into two separate pieces and and match them and change them around, and they'd have all these attachments you could add on. You could bend them over and press a button and they'd shoot off at their enemies. So someone's just playing the theme tune right there.
Yeah, you go. Sword's link are all the 28 episodes. I think I'll check that out.
Nice, amazing.
And the creator of the cartoon was John Vitti, who later went on to famously work on The Simpsons, King of the Hill, The Critic, Office, bunch of other stuff. Yep, and wrote live action films like Ice Age.
Amazing.
So yeah.
Yeah, this was really great Boy's Own action figure toys back in the 80s. Just they don't make them like this anymore. This was just pinnacle of toys.
Okay, I think we need to check those episodes out then. Okay, should we do the next one? Oh,
I had some of these. Yes. I think I actually still have the green sort of martial arts guy on the center left there. I think I still have that one somewhere.
What?
Nice. Amazing.
I've never heard of these
toys existed.
Oh yeah. Karate Commandos.
Yeah, well, I don't think we ever got these in the UK.
Yeah, Chuck Norris is huge in the States, but over here it was just a passing phase, I guess. I don't know.
QRRTNZ making Chuck Norris jokes in the chat.
He's probably not there now.
Yep.
He's probably gone. The one time we're actually talking about Chuck Norris and he's not here. These were obviously these were big in America then, yes? Because I've never heard of these.
Yeah, there's a cartoon too, I believe.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, there was a show that went along with it. But yeah, I remember I had the one with him in the blue sort of get up, and then I had the green action figure there. Yeah.
Is it very, very meta, isn't it? Chuck Norris actually a cartoon.
Kind of, yeah.
And toys. It's almost like coming full circle.
Mr. T had his own cartoon as well.
Yes, he did. Yeah, that was also a Ruby Spears.
And his own cereal too.
Yes.
Here you go.
I just scrolled up in the chat. Hold on. I just scrolled up in the chat. I'm sorry. But Gavin Blackburn, you're a comedian, man. You should be on stage, really. He says, my ex-wife turned into a bike.
Yeah, I saw that, yes. Here you go, Sun and Storm. Chuck Norris Karate Commandos episodes.
Nice.
Wow.
Fucking has a lot of homework tonight. Okay. Do we know how long these ran for, these figures?
I do not personally. No,
I'm not sure.
I think the show was only around for a year.
Yeah, short time.
So it was not a long series.
From when? What? It'd been 80s.
Looks like 86. Oh, it was just a 5-episode miniseries.
Okay,
that was all it was. 86.
So that was kind of peak Chuck Norris, literally, wasn't it?
Yep.
Okay. Let's move on then. Clash of the Titans.
I don't remember these toys at all.
No,
Well,
Didn't know
I
they
did-
made toys.
until I was doing the research, I had no idea they existed. So I
Yeah.
thought I better put them in because someone's going to say, like, I had some Clash of the Titans toys when I was a kid, you know. So if anyone remembers these, kudos to you. They look great, especially the owl. I would love to
Yeah.
have had that one.
Was that a Bebo? Was that the name of it?
Was that his
Bubo?
name? Yeah. But these look great. Look at Sharon on the Sharon at the bottom left there. Skeletor, man, amazing. Can't go wrong with that.
Sharon just looks like an emperor figure. They just changed the face on it just a little bit.
Do you think Nolan will be doing figures?
Oh,
Probably. Oh yeah, I bet they will make them.
abomination.
Yeah.
You don't fancy the Zendaya figure?
Oh, get lost, Brown.
Future classic, mate. You know that.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, but
she's made
it's-
to play Sharon, isn't she?
It's easy to make a Zendaya figure. All you need is just a stick of wood. So just package it and then you're fine.
Stick a wig on it. Away you go.
Yeah, that's it. Away you go. Yeah.
Oh my god! Casual body shaming on the Brown Alliance.
I've not watched Clash of the Titans for a long time. I can't even
Yeah,
ever
same.
remember actually watching it from start to finish. I know it used to be on BBC
Clash of the Titans. Yeah, it did.
at
You know what?
Christmas a lot.
Clash of the Titans always reminds of Raiders. I think I've told you the story before. Raiders of the Lost Ark is when I went to go and see Raiders of the Lost Ark. It was book solid. And the only film that was left to watch was Clash of the Titans. And I had to go watch Clash of the Titans. Really upset not getting into Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh,
And were you
always
disappointed
reminds
by
of
the
Raiders.
movie?
No, actually, I did enjoy Clash of the Titans, but I knew Raiders of the Lost Ark was going to be so much better. And the next day I saw Raiders, I just forgot about Clash of the Titans.
Yeah, this. Here you go. Manuel Grell branched. Elio Ellen Page Transformer action figure. Now that is a future classic. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Shall we move on then?
Move on.
They do look good then. Even the packaging
Yeah.
was fantastic. You would want to buy that scene then.
Ah,
So
I was just talking to my brother about this actually yesterday. I was talking to, oh, wow, how weird is that? That is weird.
Authentic, bendable, extraterrestrial figure.
That is incredible. I love it.
He's going, buy
Imperial
Mega
toy.
Geek. Buy Mega
Yeah.
Geek.
My brother's got almost everything on Close Encounters, and I saw this picture.
But not
I
that.
sent the picture, said, "You haven't got this, have you?" And he goes, "No, I haven't got it." It's very rare, actually. I do believe.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not Morph, by the way, Side of Eight Legend.
Yeah,
I wonder what
It looks like it'd be stretchy, doesn't he, as well?
a bit, yeah.
Yeah. Manuel Grell, sorry, bear with me. I know someone who would love that. Who that would
Is
be.
it official though? Is it official merchandise from the film Close Encounters, or was this made in China? Anybody?
This would have been official, probably made in China, but official. I don't know.
Because is there a Columbia sign on that package?
Probably on the reverse.
I don't know whether it's an official toy.
Maybe
knows?
we'll need to. We'll have to look research. Yeah, here you go. Ardent Party. Yes, probably licensed. Yeah.
Probably, but nobody knows for sure, right?
Punch for
It's
face
very
coming in
rare.
from the hip. Woke bollocks. Okay, let's move on then.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh
computer
no! Oh no! These are great. These are terrific.
this is
I used
from
to
the
have Commodore
80s.
64 though.
Oh
Is
yeah.
Commodore 64 on there? The only one I had was Commodore 64.
Swappers, this is
Same.
one that I added. Yeah, just look at what a time to be alive. You got the Spectrum,
Dixon's.
Commodore,
Commodore 64, man.
Love that computer.
Atari
Yeah.
800 XL, which I got the Atari 800 XL. Fuck,
Did
I
you?
loved that. I fucking loved it. So amazing.
The only reason why I didn't put any computers in is because they're not technically toys, but I guess they kind of do fit into that category, if you like.
They are computers, but we kind of just use them as very, very
Games.
advanced consoles.
Yeah.
Did you guys used to make copies of games with friends and
Yes.
everything?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we had the Commodore 64, and every Sunday, 1 o'clock, we all used to sit in front of the TV and play Hunchback and Ghostbusters.
Oh, Ghostbusters, I love it.
Out of it. Yeah,
I probably would say out of 100 kids who got one of these computers, probably 2 or 3 would have gone, fuck the games, I want to program, which is fair enough. But for the mere mortals, we would have just played games, yeah.
But even in those days, very expensive. 79 quid, 139 quid, 100, 200 quid for that one down there.
No, that's a bargain for the Atari computer.
Still, though.
Obviously, it's
days,
a lot of money
money
back then.
Yeah.
Cassette deck, games, joystick, computer, 79 when you think about it. It's a good deal. Yeah.
Sinclair, though. Never buy a Sinclair.
I think I had a ZX81 and the keyboard broke. I think it was the ROM chip that had a fault, so one of the keys didn't work, which was quite upsetting.
Yeah.
What year was this ad? I'm probably thinking
80s.
84, 85, possibly.
Dixon's doesn't exist anymore, or do they?
No, it's Curry's now.
Curry's,
It got
that's it,
yeah.
Got swallowed up, didn't it?
Technically, because I watched a video on this yesterday, technically Curry's is Dixon's, but they decided to go with the name Curry's because it was more fondly looked on by the British public.
Like Woolworths. Remember that?
Yeah. Okay, that's computers, everybody. Oh,
Cool.
Geek.
Do you know what?
Gorgeous, isn't it?
Have you seen the ones that they got now? They're rubbish. In the old days, the doors used to open. You can open it, see the engine, see the boot. It was fantastic, those cars when they were actually first out. Now you buy a Corgi car, it's rubbish. It's just
only if you get the kind of
anything.
special edition 40 quid Corgi
money,
models.
though. It's money.
Yeah.
At least I loved them when I was a kid.
Who remembers the Corgi Batmobile? That was fantastic. Again, my mate had that. I was jealous as fuck. So good.
Yeah, I think I had that one as well. They were my main kind of toys that everyone bought me during the late 70s and early 80s because I was just so desperately into cars. I couldn't get enough. And everyone, it was just an easy present for everyone to buy me, So whenever we get a visitor or anything, a new car, they'd buy me a new Corgi or a Matchbox toy, and they were all just beautifully made. They really were gorgeous things. Not like today with just a piece of disposable plastic. I mean, I guess Hot Wheels are fairly well made still, but still, I haven't seen a Hot Wheel car that's got working doors on it.
Hot Wheels are terrible. Yeah, I recently saw a Hot Wheel and a Matchbox as well, and they were crap. They were just the car. There was nothing special about it. As I said, you can't open the doors. You can't see the engine in those days.
The wheels don't even turn to that crap.
Yeah, rubbish.
You can get the Corgi Batman car as a re-release as well. Yeah,
It's really expensive as well. Yeah.
Absolutely gorgeous. But just look at the material. You can see just from looking at this the materials they're made from.
Oh yeah, real quality.
And the level of detail that's gone into it. It's just pure love and passion there.
You would have got one of these toys as a kid, took it out of the box, thrown the box away instantly.
Yeah.
And that was the thing that was worth the most.
Yeah.
And the wheels used to get grind down when you just keep playing with it.
Yeah.
Or it used to break off the wheels. Just crazy.
You didn't get Corgi in the States, did you guys?
No, I don't think we got them. If we did, they were probably relicensed under someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's Corgi toys, everybody.
Dinky were very similar as well. They were another company that produced very, very similar. I think they may have released versions in the States.
The one on the right is the one I had. And my friend, he sawed that metal bit off. He literally sawed it off. He's like, this is not like in the show, the TV show, and he just literally sawed it off.
If I'd have had the tools at the time, I would have done that.
You know the Starfighter there that looks accurate.
The one on the right and left.
Yeah, that's what somebody's
modification.
They've basically filed out the shitty bit and painted it as well as they could to what a Starfighter looks, and it looks really good.
It really is.
Other than the kind of the hatch at the back where I think rockets came out, didn't they? Which is kind of not accurate, but it's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, I love it. You can see the launch barrels, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
The recesses there either side of the rear of the cockpit.
Yep.
So you press the two metal buttons at the back near the tail, and it'd shoot these little things here on the right. These little missiles. Again, die cast, beautifully made. You press the button somewhere on it. Don't ask me where. I think it's at the front there on the nose, and the wings popped out, which was awesome. And they'd retract, which they never did on the show, but it was a great feature still. But obviously, that one on the left there is still die cast, so that is a lethal weapon now because that bar in the middle has been sawed off.
Somebody's eye out with that. Yeah.
But you know what, right? It's interesting, isn't it? Because as said, when I was a kid, that used to upset me. So my friend got that, and I looked at it, and I was like, "This doesn't look like the one in the TV show. What is these yellow wings? That doesn't have yellow wings." You know, the thing that I take away from this, and especially the shows, those disco lights that used to fuel the ships. Do you remember those disco lights?
Oh, yeah.
PCat, anything to add?
No, I didn't know this one. Never had.
Oh, you wouldn't have got these in the States, yeah.
Yeah. The only, like I said, the action figures from earlier, I had most of them, but not this incarnation of it.
Yeah, again, Buck Rogers way ahead of the time. They had the Spectrum, the rainbow. They had the rainbow on the engine barrel type thing. The rainbow colours, those colour bar things.
Of course, the one on the right here in the box, in the yellow box, it came with both versions because in Corgi they had a larger size toy and they usually had a smaller toy. And they did a version for both. They did it with James Bond toys, with Batman, or loads of different ones. And this one here came with both in the same box, which is awesome, which is a real bonus thing, which you didn't often get a lot of the time. And the one on the left is a variation with a plastic figurine in it, which I don't remember at all, but it's crazy. It's completely out of scale.
I don't understand why that looks like it's having a poo or something. Doesn't it?
That's because he is, Ian. Okay. Buck Rogers was fantastic. First series very much hit the zeitgeist of the time. Everybody loved it, and Ego ruined a fantastic show.
Tragic.
Ego, more corgis then.
It's beautiful.
Wow, look at that Starsky and Hutch.
I know.
Again, my friend had that one. It was amazing. I think he had the Kojak. He had the Kojak. In fact, he had all of those. He had all of those apart from the Aston Martin.
Nobody realised how big Kojak really was in England, and actually bigger in the States. But Kojak was
I didn't realize it was very popular. Guys.
Yeah.
Can you see the sticker?
He used to be played on Thursday evenings, and in those days, they used to show American shows at the prime slots. So you used to show Dallas at 7 and 8, and Kojak at 7, and Starsky and Hutch Saturdays will be played at 7 and 8. But now they're restricted to soap operas like EastEnders or some crap like that. So
were they still new first run, or were they delayed by a year or so?
Delayed by a couple of months.
Oh, okay.
Like I remember when JR got shot. It was only like a month later than we got, the next.
I think the Dallas stuff. If I remember rightly, they used to fly the cassette over.
Of course, you're right.
After it was transmitted, so we pretty much got within 2 days of it transmitting in the States. So we got it really, really quickly.
You're right, because I remember seeing a news bulletin where they were actually having the cans in their hands coming off the plane or something like that. Crazy. Right. So popular.
Look at that Aston Martin, £1.75.
Wow.
Is it 125 or 75?
Looks like
25.
75.
75 looks like 20 to me. Oh, could be you. Might be
Still
right.
relatively cheap.
Very.
But yeah, they've been expensive back then. But yeah.
Look at Kojak. He doesn't even have his hat on.
Oh yeah.
I remember the Gran Torino was fantastic.
Oh, I love that toy. Yeah, superb.
There you go, XBT. WX Smith's 175. There you
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
You know, they hated that car. You know that, don't you?
Yeah.
Paul Michael Glacier hated it. He hated driving it.
go. It's
Didn't
classic
handle
though.
it,
It's iconic though. Okay.
It's really uncomfortable, he said.
The Kojak Buick it comes with a Kojak figure that you can stand next to the door, and also one that's molded or fitted into the vehicle, who's his like cop partner, I guess, in the back seat, firing backwards. You can just sort of make it out, and you can move him side to side as well, sort of make him shoot. But I always found that annoying because I wanted my cars to look clean, you know, without any figures or any accessories hanging off them. And I wanted to get him out there, and I couldn't because he was molded in, and it was like really annoying me. And I remember, I think I was 5 or 6 years old. I took this to school with me, and it was pristine. I used to keep everything in the best condition I could, and I took it to school. And a friend of mine said, "Oh, can I borrow that to play with it?" And I said, "Yeah, okay, go on, go ahead and play with it." Anyway, got it back at the end of morning break, and it was just scratched to shit.
Yeah, I drove it upside down on concrete or something. Yeah.
Gutted, absolutely gutted.
Okay, that's Papa going to bed. Okay, let's move on then.
Oh, I remember this.
Crossfire.
I remember. You know what? Right, this was
Great advert.
I've never played it, but the advert made it look like it was awesome.
Never get made now. You'll have to his eye out with those.
Exactly.
Ian, I can attest. It was an awesome game. Someone brought it in for one of those toy days at school. And me and my mate just went into the quiet room and played it in there for like an hour on our own. It was so great. We never got tired of it because all the ball bearings, you just load up your gun with all the ones that you've collected, and the game never ends. You just keep shooting. It's just so great.
Yeah.
If you could get somebody's eye out with that ball bearing.
Screw keeping score. You just sit there and just keep firing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Amazing.
I would honestly, if I could find this again today, I would buy it. It was that much fun.
Would you have to wear? They missed a trick. You should wear safety goggles.
These days, you probably would say that, a disclaimer on it. Yeah. But if Ian, like you've got Rock'em Sock'em Robots, haven't you? I mean, this game's on par with that. It's that much fun. It's superb.
Cool.
PCat, do you ever play Crossfire?
Oh yeah. Played a lot between my house and then friends' houses, or we bring them over to each other's houses. A lot of fun.
Yeah.
When was this? This would have been late 70s.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it was probably still coming out in the 80s when we had it.
Mm-hmm. Again, made by, I think that logo is Ideal there at the bottom right on the box.
It is Ideal, yeah. Vex Electronica Ranch. Hello, Vex. 8 set of Christmas toys hopefully includes a Grinch themed. What's that? Dill. Yeah. I don't think it does.
Another bar of soap for Jack, please.
S for soap. Okay, let's move on then. I kind of get the feeling we're coming towards the end. Maybe not then.
What is this?
Crossbows and catapults.
Never heard of it. Never heard of it.
I don't know if you guys in the States got this, but it was pretty big in the UK. The advert made it look phenomenal. My friend got this for his birthday, and it's a turn-based game where you fire things at each other, and use all these counters here to try and I can't remember exactly how you play it, but you work out what part of your friend's defenses or your opponent's defenses are the weakest or get shot first or something, and you aim your trebuchet or your crossbow or whatever at their defenses and try and take down that part of their wall, and it's whoever breaches the other's defenses first. I think that's it in a nutshell. It might be more complicated than that, but the advert makes it look amazing, like a really huge action game where you're constantly firing at each other and blowing each other up and stuff. But the game's really slow paced and like nothing much happens for ages, and I was so gutted when we actually played it. I thought, oh no, this is taking forever. But still, I'm sure if you play it correctly, it's quite enjoyable.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, I don't remember this one.
What's next?
Okay, I think we're probably getting towards the end now, folks.
D.
Oh, yeah.
D for DS.
The end.
There you go.
D for
D-
yes.
D end.
D end. D end. Okay, that was 3. That was A, B, C.
Die.
It wasn't easy as 1, 2, 3, was it? That's gonna. Oh my god, these are gonna take a lot. Swappers. We said 6 hours, didn't we, for the entire?
What were we thinking? This is on your channel.
Come on,
Okay.
just play just show somebody the next one, please. The next
No,
one.
that's it. We're done.
I'm enjoying this. For God's sakes, why do you want to stop now?
We're done
Crazy.
because one, I don't know how many there's for D, and people want to. People have got real life.
Leave it.
Really?
Well,
I mean, you have.
Put it up to the vote for everyone on the panel in the chat and see what everyone says. And
Do we
we'll
know?
do
How many,
D.
do we know how many? there
No, we
is?
don't. We don't know. We never know. That's part of the enjoyment, Brown.
Hold on, I'll tell you
I
now.
want to do D.
Okay, I'm just looking now.
I'd like a D.
We're probably going to be a long time. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that just means it's more enjoyable. I mean, it's up to you ultimately, Brown. But we'd just be. A better
I've just had a look. There was a lot for D. Yeah. Everybody's saying carry on. Oh,
Well, if everyone in the chat says carry on, ask the people on the panel and then make a decision from that.
I want to carry on.
okay. What do you think then, people on the panel? Bearing in mind I've got a stream tomorrow as well, and I'm an old bastard.
I'm with Ian.
Ah.
What about the
I
Americans?
can go for another 20 minutes.
Dinky then.
Oh, look at me.
Ooh.
Oh, Thunderbirds. It's Thunderbird
Wow.
stuff.
Thunderbirds, yeah. I had the Thunderbird too. I remember that. But that was a long time ago. And I lost the submarine thing that came out of it.
Thunderbird 4.
Yeah, I lost Thunderbird 4.
I had the UFO interceptor,
Oh.
and they were modernizing the houses where we lived, and there was like a building site straight in front of the house, and I buried it in the sand. I never saw it again. So
Why did you bury it in the
I don't know, because that's what kids do. So it's probably still. I should get a metal detector to see if I can dig it up. Yeah, it was brand new as well, and it just fucking disappeared. Never saw it again.
I did that with my dinky E-Type Jaguar. So yeah, I
Never saw it
sympathise.
again.
Yeah.
I always wanted the Captain Scarlet one, but I never got it though. Because Captain Scarlet one looks awesome.
They were all great, weren't they?
Yeah.
Captain Scarlet ones, yeah.
My friend had the Thunderbird, and I think he had the SPV.
Oh,
But I know that I definitely had the UFO interceptor.
yeah.
I remember seeing other kids with the Interceptor and being really jealous, but I never had it myself. Again, like these were made by Dinky. Dinky was one of the pinnacle toy manufacturers in the 70s and 80s. Oh, just amazing workmanship on these things.
And also, they were they were really solid, weren't they? Solid metal.
Die-cast,
Yeah.
Great action features on them as well. They've really made them like amazing playability with these things. They weren't just things you sit on your shelf. Like you really did play with them and love everything they did.
Did you get Dinky in the States, guys?
They don't not. At least if we did, I don't remember.
Yeah.
But I'm not. I can imagine that these things won't sell. But was Thunderbirds big in the States? Was Captain Scarlet big in the States? If it wasn't, then yeah, I would assume they wouldn't sell it over there.
It was before my time, so yeah.
Right.
If it was big or not. I mean, I saw some of these. I saw some of the shows, when I was younger, but they were always sort of filler on like the UHF stations and stuff.
Right.
So I don't really know how popular it was when it was first coming out.
Dinky, calm down, hey.
Yeah, flip ahead to the next one. I think I did more Dinky toys as well.
Yep, there's a.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah, this is Ian's page.
Oh, just look at that, everybody.
Look at that.
Even the cat's coming in. Look at that. I had the Eagle transporter up there. I had that one.
Mm.
I didn't have that version of the Eagle Freighter. I had the other version.
Mm-hmm.
But look at that. That was just so fucking good.
Do you know they built a life-size version of this in America somewhere? I can't remember. I watched a video on it on YouTube. They literally built a life-size version of an Eagle. It's crazy.
What? Life-size? What?
Life-size, yeah. They can walk into it and everything.
Oh, I've never seen that then. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. If you type
Okay.
in, just type it in Space 1999.
So much love for the Eagle.
Someone said in the Durkee McDirtface says in the chat the feet, the legs on the bottom of the outer pods were spring loaded, weren't they? So a lot of suspension.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Okay, would you like to hear a funny story that not many people? I've never told this story before.
You sat on your Eagle.
No, no. Well, it's even worse.
Oh,
you buried it.
No. I was
Eagle sat on you.
I was at infant school, so it'd probably be 1975, 6 possibly. And I had the Eagle transport, the green one there. And I slid it along the playground floor, tarmac, very smooth on its feet. And it just kept going. And it slid into the wall.
Oh, God.
The cockpit slid into the wall, and the cockpit part broke off.
Oh,
And because it was welded, fucked.
Yeah.
So I had the Eagle from Dragon's Domain, where the front comes off.
Oh my God, Brown, X Flavius X in the chat. His comment is brilliant. There you go.
Dude. Set of bastards.
We were a lad. Used to walk to school every day, uphill, both directions.
You knew that you'd arrived if you've got the twin pack. I didn't get the twin pack, but if you got that, you'd arrived, hadn't you? Look at that.
Beautiful.
Yeah, but the again, right? I remember my friend of mine had this. The thing that really pissed me off is what the fuck is that big hole doing in the Enterprise? Yeah, I mean, as a kid,
that's where you put the disc launcher.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't belong there. Why is it there? It was never in the show. I used to get so upset with things like that when I was.
I know. I did as well.
What is this?
Yeah. I still loved it. I still absolutely loved it.
Okay, the Klingon. I did like the Enterprise, but the Klingon battle cruiser was fantastic in this one. It was
gorgeous,
fantastic. Isn't it? It was fantastic.
I never had the Klingon ship, but I had the Enterprise. So I was lucky enough to at least have one of them.
Again, I was complaining. What fucking color is that Klingon ship? Why is it blue? Do you know what I mean? It's like, as a kid, I used to get really upset and things like that.
Technically, it was probably fairly accurate, but I know that the licensee, they weren't allowed to change the color of the Enterprise. Paramount said it's got to be white. Hence why it's pretty much the only toy that Dinky ever made that was licensed, which was accurate. Yeah. There you go.
I think it looks great in blue, though, that ship.
Oh, it was very, very, very good. Yeah. And the way it fired the torpedo as well was really good.
Yeah.
You know the kind of little triangular piece there on the left?
Yeah.
That was the kind of mechanism to shoot it.
Yeah,
it was really good. Okay, let's move on then. I had both, but not the twin pack.
I didn't have any.
Oh, look at that.
Just another angle there on it.
How good is that?
Apart from the hole being in there.
yeah.
Oh, you ungrateful little bastard, Ian. Seriously.
I can see why your brother sat on your Enterprise now.
It didn't have a hole in it, though, did it? Before he sat on it. It was great. But this is... Yeah, I, as I said, as a kid, I would complain about things like this. Because they should try and if you're selling a toy to a kid, right, and they're a fan of that show or TV show or movie, it should be what you see in the movie. I don't
some of us were just
Mm-hmm.
great to get great toys like this.
No, that's not right.
Can you imagine what colour the
Enterprise?
Yeah, can you imagine what colour can you imagine what colour the Enterprise would have been if Paramount said it's got to be white? Yeah, it'd have been black.
Netflix version, yeah.
Yeah, black. Yeah. Okay, let's move on then.
Tell you what, those discs hurt when they hit you. When
Oh
you
yeah,
fired them.
they came out at a right speed.
They did.
Yeah, you'd have somebody's eye out with those. Yeah. Downfall.
I remember this, but I never ever got it as a toy. But I remember seeing the advert on TV. It looked very interesting, actually.
The advert was really cool. They always were. When you actually got it, it probably was nowhere near as exciting. But I played this around my next door neighbour's house when I was about 5, and saw it on the table and went, "Oh, what's this?" You know, I just went over and just started messing around with it by myself. I wasn't even playing the game. I just wanted to mess around with the dials. And it's the game itself is quite cool, where you I think you roll a dice or something.
Yeah. Again,
and you take the aim is to get your colours of counters, all of them, to the bottom before the other person. That's the really simple, really. But what a great idea!
In fact, if they had this today, it wouldn't be father versus son; it'd be mother versus daughter, wouldn't it?
No, it'd be they. It'd be they versus.
Two androgynous characters.
It would.
It would be. It's worth it, folks. It would be they versus them.
The ultimate battle.
They versus them.
But I mean, the imagination though they come up with to make these toys is really good.
Yeah.
I mean,
It is. Yeah.
you know, whoever makes these, whoever made this toy, come on, you got to take your hat off to them.
Come on. And you know what, right? It's
Really
it's a
good.
game. It's a physical game. You can touch it. You can play with it. You can
Fondle
play
it.
with it. If you're a they, you can play against the them. What more do you need?
So no,
It'd be
today
good
this
if,
would be a cooperative game where you're supposed to get each other to the bottom at the same time, so that we can all have the same. We can all have the same. We can all,
experience. And if you do come second, you're still going to medal for coming last.
Yeah. No, it's okay. As long as you get the warmth of collectivism, you're good.
And it should be like, when you lower all the counters to the bottom, you unlock a mechanism and a door opens and you can reach through and punch the other person in the face for losing.
Doctor Who.
Dr. Watt.
Doctor Who, yeah.
Dr. Watt.
Come on, Ian. Which ones did you have?
Come on, Ian.
I had the Dalek.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have K9, and I would be so pissed off with the TARDIS. What the fuck is that green light doing on top?
That's wrong. It's all wrong.
Red light, green light. What the fuck?
I can just imagine you opening your Christmas presents, Ian. Go, what the fuck is this green light on the top of my door?
Just one light.
Why is it there? That's
it looks at his mum and dad, and his fucking bottom lip goes down.
Do you know what I mean? Right? How could these people who make toys not know that is not right? These people are making toys. They're making toys for kids.
Well,
and kids know about toys. They know about the stuff that they see. Same thing with the Dalek. How comes it's hollow in the middle of the Dalek?
Davis
What's
made
that all about?
Complete TV series, not thinking it was right.
Yeah, and then the little plunger thing has a little radar dish thing in the middle instead of just having the plunger. What the hell?
Yeah. What the hell?
Yeah,
What
didn't
do you mean?
notice that
It's
before.
like-
Yeah.
You know what
I
it's like?
I
You ever
had the
watch
ta-
Big? Do you ever watch Big when they're seeing this toy and it's a building that turns into a transformer or something like that? Do you remember that bit?
Yeah,
And he goes, I don't get it. And the guy's going, what don't you get? He goes, well, it's a building that turns into a robot. Why is it a building? See, this is the thing. Why is there a green light and a red light on top of the fucking TARDIS?
I can
What the
answer
hell's
you
all
that.
about?
I can tell you that. Why? I can tell you why. And what's missing is the light in the center, which was like a drum cylinder in the center, right?
Yeah.
What's missing on this image here? You can see it on the illustration next to it. But what you did and it was painted silver on either side. What you did, you span the cylinder in the center, and it kind of gave off the effect that the light was flashing. And,
okay.
And it kind of span on its own. And what you did, before you did this, you put Doctor Who inside the Doctor. You put him inside, close the door, you span the light in the middle, and then if you press the red button, you open the doors, and he's vanished. If you press the green button, you open the doors, and he reappears.
Why couldn't it just be the light that's originally on the TARDIS, where you can just press that and then it does the same thing? Why is it again? Why has it got a red light?
I can tell you that. I can tell you that as well. I can answer that for you as well. There was because these are made by Mego in the States, okay, and Palatoy are distributed by Palatoy in the UK. And in the States, Mego made the Star Trek action figures, which we'll get to eventually when we get to S. And the bridge playset that they made, which is made of cardboard, the same material here as the TARDIS, had the transporter built into it, and the teleportation transporter made the figures disappear with the same technique. So it had the green and the red buttons to make them disappear and reappear. They reused that principle for the TARDIS. So this is why we got the TARDIS looking like this, which is kind of a cool concept in a way. You know, I enjoyed it when it was there, you know, but obviously you're not going to open the TARDIS and it be bigger on the inside and actually be like the real TARDIS, are you? So it was a cool feature in 1977 for this, you know, it's really, and the Dalek, you press the button in the middle on the top of its head, you press that and it made all the sound effects, which was really cool.
Is it hollow in the middle there?
Yes, I think it was.
Then why?
Because the button on the top goes down the center, you can see it. But
they could still fill it and it could still be in the middle.
But
just saying, as a kid.
What looks like it's hollow is actually transparent plastic. So in the actual toy itself isn't that transparent. So on this picture here, because it's very bright, it kind of shows it up a lot more than it actually is. But the Doctor figure was amazing. I love the Doctor figure. He was superb, beautifully made.
Okay, that's Doctor Who, everybody, for everybody apart from Ian. Okay,
Dr. Watt. Where's the seats? Where's the seats? Where's the rest of the car? Here you go.
Where's the seat
Obviously
belts?
not a toy for girls.
Where's the seat belts? Yeah. I remember this.
Yeah.
This looks so cool, didn't it?
Yeah.
It
yeah,
was cool.
totally. They had this at a daycare that I was at when I was younger. And it was you play with this nonstop. It was you're like, oh, I'm driving. Look at driving a car.
It's very clever.
Very. And you turn the ignition on as well, which is even better. And you can press the lights. You've got indicators. You know, they've got little.
You can accelerate and decelerate, and made all sorts
always
of
wanted
noises.
it. Never had it, but always wanted it.
PCat, did you learn to drive on this?
Yeah, but this and not to go back to the Atari, but I remember the Night Driver game on the Atari.
Yes.
Games I was obsessed with.
Night Driver.
Driving him. Yep. Needed the paddle controller for that one.
Yeah.
Did that car used to move left to right, or was it just stuck in the middle?
It did.
The white car.
Yeah, it shifts back and forth across and then the what you get on the screen there is actually just a little projected film strip that just rotates around and repeats. Yeah.
Okay,
let's do the next one, folks. A couple more, and then we'll.
Ooh.
Dukes of Hazzard.
Wow, you got all the cars on the top left there, haven't you? Wow. And Daisy Duke's, what happened to Daisy Duke's boobies?
Artoo.
At least they got her. They got the Daisy Duke shorts right.
That's right. Yeah.
Yep.
They are yanked up there, aren't they?
Yep, they're yanked up.
I think I remember.
Proper wedgie there.
I think I remember that wrist racer.
Yeah, they were great wrist racers. You carry them around on your wrist like a watch, and whenever you wanted to, and it flipped up, and you just shot the car out of it.
There you go, Ian. You said you've missed wearing watches. Get yourself one of those wrist racers.
I should indeed. I should. Yes, definitely.
It'll do fuck all to tell you the time, but it'd be great fun.
Yeah. Honestly, some of these toys are great. The one on the right as well, top right.
There you go. Look, there you go. Oops, sorry.
Cool.
XBT Rancho Spot. That big General Lee looks sweet.
I could see kids playing with those toys. Definitely.
Oh yeah. I wish I'd had these 2.7-inch figures here on the bottom right and the car. That would have just been the greatest in the 80s.
And then stored them.
Yeah, then bought two of each and put one away. I had the Ertel mini Matchbox size cars in the top left, that 4-pack, beautiful. It's got Daisy's Dixie Jeep. You've got Roscoe's police car, Boss Hogg's convertible, and then the General Lee in there. Just so great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next one.
Oh, is it? Is it?
How do you pronounce it?
Dune, or is it Dune?
I don't believe they made toys of this.
It's there in the page. It's there.
Yeah, I still can't believe it.
It's very fucking black and white, mate.
It doesn't really make sense making toys, does it?
Yeah, exactly. The film didn't do very well, did it?
We must have liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it flopped.
They must have thought it was going to do Star Wars business, and
they did.
Oh, they really did. They expected this was going to be the next Star Wars. They really did. But
I wonder if Sting has got. I wonder if Sting has got a Sting figure.
He probably has.
I love that he's got the little the little milking cat prop with it.
Oh yeah.
Do you think
Carl McLachlan? Right. Forget any weapons.
A great accessory.
Have that. Yeah.
Do you think Carl McLachlan has got a? Was he Paul Atreides in it?
He was.
Yeah.
Has he got the action figures? You think?
He probably has.
Oh, you bet he has. Yeah.
I think complimentary when they do make action figures, they normally give it to the actors.
Yeah.
Normally.
Well, there's Patrick Stewart there as well.
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
Oh yeah. On that bombshell, he's probably got one.
The Gurney Halleck figure.
What's this?
Dungeons
and Dragons.
Yeah, this is another LJN line. The Dune ones were also made by LJN. Yep.
Yeah. I never understood Dungeons and Dragons. They could just make it up. They dial a dice, and then you've walked into a room. All of a sudden, there's a hole in the floor, and you fall through it. I'm like, what? You just make it up as you go along.
Yeah, basically. But these figures weren't based on anything in particular. They were they made up characters for this line and slapped the Dungeons and Dragons moniker on it. And they sold. People really enjoyed them. They weren't massive, unfortunately, so it only lasted a certain amount of time. But they lasted long enough for them to get all these figures and accessories, vehicles, riding beasts, and that Fortress of Fangs playset. So when they're made really well, they're articulated really well, and some of the designs were so well loved that they've re-released them in recent years as collector items. And I have one of War Duke.
Oh, nice.
Who's fourth in from the right on the second row up on the top image. He's got like a Batman type helmet with wings on the sides of it, and he's just amazing. He's so metal. The guy looks awesome, and I've got him on my shelf. And I'll take a picture when we do our individual collections when we show them. But
so these weren't coordinated with the cartoon show at all.
Nothing to do with the cartoon.
I thought they were. Oh, okay.
A couple of the characters did show up in the cartoon, but that was just one episode here and there.
Because I remember I had a friend who had a few of these, and I thought they were all tied to the cartoon show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I wish they coordinated it a lot better, because it would have been a great collaboration between the two. It would have made an overall better line. If we got the characters from the cartoon as the toys, I think everyone would have loved them. But they didn't do it that way.
There you go. Look, there you go. Arch Colin Wrench. Nothing to do with the TV show. Then there you go.
They would have sold well if they were connected to the TV show, because that was a huge hit, right? The Dungeons and Dragons.
It was.
Yeah, people loved it. It aired for like 7 seasons. Or no, it wasn't 7 seasons. I think it was like 3 seasons or so.
Yeah.
Wow.
War Duke did turn up in the cartoon once, and I was really ecstatic to see him because he was my favorite character. He's a bad guy, but God, he looks so cool.
And on that bombshell, so E from next week, everybody. Come and E, please, Bob. Yeah.
Cool. Give me an E,
okay.
Please, Bob. I
think that's it, everybody. Get the graphic up.
That was amazing. I loved it. I loved every second of that. That was great.
I've never heard you so into it, my friend.
I loved your enthusiasm on this one, like the passion you had.
And you've not been fucking about with Avatar, so I know you were into it.
It's just been talking. What do you mean, my Avatar? What are you talking about?
You've only changed it once.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Okay,
We're talking about stuff we love, you know. So it's how can you not be passionate about it?
That
have you got a collection then, swappers of toys?
Not of classic toys. No, I've only got like Transformers and some Star Wars stuff and stuff. Nothing, nowhere near as much as a lot of people out there. Put it that way.
Okay. I honestly don't think we would have got this done over Christmas. But anyway, here you go. Look, bravo, swappers.
Thank you.
Oh, that close encounters extraterrestrial figure. I want one of those now so bad.
That's the best.
Yeah. Oh man, that's too much. I shared the eBay. If you look on eBay, there's one available. This is the one I posted a link to.
Oh yes.
It's in the original package. It is listed for 200 American.
That's very rare.
But you can get them
rare.
outside of off the card, outside the package, not mint, for $20. So
wow.
Yeah, I was going to say you could probably make one out of silly putty or something.
Yeah, you could.
Morph. Anyway.
Yeah.
That is it, folks. Chat, you are wonderful. We'll see how we get on with these. Probably come back same time next week. We're all liquid at the moment, but we'll just keep plowing through these. This is pretty good. So, chat, you are wonderful. Thank you for the interaction, super chats, and we'll see you next time, folks, which will be tomorrow, doing the shite of the week, as it were. So, chat, you are wonderful. Don't forget, leave a comment afterwards, your favourite toy, and obviously thumbs up, all that malarkey. So, chat, you're wonderful. We'll see you next time. Let me get the guests up. Did that in one breath. Can you believe it? Professor Artoo. Cheers, Prof.
Oh, happy to be here. Getting to talk about stuff we love. That's great fun.
The mic was spot on.
Yeah, I think I might have figured out what was the crackling business.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put Swappers up there because he deserves all the credit on this. Mr. Brown Alliance. Thank you, Mr. Brown Alliance. The Mega Geek. Cheers, Ed.
Yep, no worries.
It's been a while, but it's great to have him back. The wingman of the channel, the mighty PCat. Cheers, Pete.
Lots of fun and big thanks to Swappers because a lot, just even only getting through a few letters, it was a lot of fun reminiscing and thinking about some of the the great times growing up with these toys.
Yeah. It's great to have you back, mate. We need more of you in the future, my friend.
Oh yeah.
And last but by no means least, the main man himself. Cheers, Swappers. Great job tonight, mate.
Cheers. Looking forward to next one. It's just going to keep getting better and better. All of these toys are just classics. So we're not going to have a bad show talking about this at all. Thanks to everyone in the chat. You're legends. You're hilarious, every single one. Thanks to the panel for all being here. This has been an extra long stream. Thanks for getting a numb bum by watching every single one of these. Probably most of you you've never even heard or seen, but really appreciate you being here and just talking about stuff that we genuinely enjoy and love instead of the absolute dreck that we normally get fed by the media and by the entertainment. And let's go back and just enjoy something good for a change. And I'd look forward to doing next week if we get the time.
That is it, folks. Don't forget, favorite toy in the comments, and put a new comment as well, just saying well done, Swappers. I think he deserves the
yes.
Well done, Swappers, in the chat afterwards, in the comments section. So I'll get that up and running. So we will see you next time. We're back tomorrow, are we? Yes, I think we are. We're back tomorrow. Take care, everybody.
Bye-bye.
See you.